Welcome into the Cam and Strick podcast, episode number 324, baby.
Yoink, let's go.
Hang on.
Let's go.
I'm a little
Sorry
busy
about
right
the
now.
delay. Sorry about the last 2 weeks. I know it's been Christmas and New Year's and all that jazz. We always take 2 weeks off, but Andy and I are like, God damn it, we missed y'all. Sorry about that. I know the best ofs. We didn't have like the proper thing going in and out. We got chirped for it. Our bad on that. Next year, we'll fix that up, but we're back, baby. Let's go. Hell of a day for me. A lot of travel. Just got back from Minnesota and Columbus with the boys. We got delayed as fuck. Just got in. They got a game tomorrow. We had snow out the fuck. That's why we couldn't leave last night after the game. And I don't even know if even going out to my house right now is still kind of no.
You're talking a lot.
I don't even know going out to my house
out.
is still going to be shady, so I might have to put it in four-wheel drive.
Mm-hmm. You don't even have
all good.
You don't even have four-wheel drive in that truck.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. In your Audi,
that's a 2x4. My Audi is all-wheel drive.
Yeah. No, I know. Those are nice.
And I am just getting around like it's nothing. I mean, people are sliding.
I live way out yonder.
People are sliding. Cam's got a cracked windshield.
Well, the people at the airport.
Don't blame it on them.
No.
Because I think it's an older windshield. Just kind of
windshield.
Yeah, has the propensity to crack during
just
the
because my truck's
cold
a little
weather.
bit older doesn't mean that like if your windshield's cracked, it's kind of it goes from.
It's gonna get worse and worse.
So when and I feel bad for them. Not even. It's all good. Like, trust me, Tony Twist has a windshield company. He's going to hook me up anyway.
With his bare hand.
All good.
He'll just pick it up with his bare hands.
But they had to clean off all the guys' cars over the past couple days because we've been gone. The shitstorm hit. Everybody got kind of screwed over here, man. The roads have been just terrible. MoDOT misses different like municipalities.
I don't know.
What the fuck?
I don't even know.
I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna chirp
No.
MoDOT.
Well, I'm going to call them out a little.
They might be a sponsor. I've been talking to them recently.
Well, they get them on, and you better do it quick. But people are chirping about MoDOT, Missouri Department of Transportation, here that clean all the roads.
Nobody cares.
In Missouri, you're damn right they do. They're complaining all over the place. There's certain places that don't get cleared. Certain places do get cleared. A little bit of a clusterfuck. All good. We get one of these goddamn things a year, and it's always a disaster. So they should be a little bit more organized.
Happy New Year to you.
God damn.
Cam got me a box of wine for
Describe it
for Christmas.
Describe what it was.
Boxed wine. Like you ever drank boxed wine? I hadn't had boxed wine in so long.
It's good boxed
Cam
wine.
got me boxed wine.
It's
for
a
Christmas.
Well, that's all you're gonna say.
I'm just
That's
joking.
all you're gonna say.
No, it was actually a great gift.
It's a cute ass gift.
It had like the characters from like Home Alone on the outside.
Home Alone.
The
Christmas Vacation. The best Christmas
movie. And it was
movie.
like a cardboard box. It had like all the different characters.
It's the house.
And then inside a box wine comes out. Like,
No.
Is that the wine
It's
that'll
a
give you a
recreation.
headache? Or no?
Yeah. No, it's actually decent wine. You look it up online. So Kate really kind of picked this up, but it's a recreation of the Christmas Vacation house where you could open little windows like and then you could take the RV out there with fucking Cousin Eddie and you post it up in a nice little area during Christmas, and then you take out the little dingy thing like this, like and you go and it's 4 bottles of wine, and it's pretty damn good wine.
4 bottles?
It's 4 bottles in that mug.
Did you have one of those too at your house?
I crushed that damn thing.
Did you?
In about
how long
2
did it
nights.
take you?
Took
2 nights, yeah.
2
How
nights.
long does wine stay good for once it's open?
That's not open though. That's in a bag. So that goes for a long time.
I know, it's a box of wine.
So if you open a bottle of wine and if you leave it out all night, like it's not going to taste as good.
Yeah,
in the morning.
one had given me boxed wine in quite some time, dude. It was actually
better wine than you probably had in a long time.
I'm kidding. It was. Hey, listen, it's the gesture. That's all that matters.
And I did use.
And it was a great gift.
I used your gift, that cute little stuff.
Did you?
Yes, when I made my goddamn prime rib
cookies. Oh
no, I made that fucking standing rib roast. I told all y'all about that mug. I made damn good. Put that butter on that son bitch. But right before I took it out, I opened the thing up and I forgot that it was kind of goofy because I laid it on something so that I get the drippings so I can make the little dipping sauce with it. I picked it up, dropped a little bit of it, almost fucking dropped it on the ground where the dog hair would be and stuff like that. Almost ruined Christmas.
Cat hair.
That thing was like 100.
Is there still cat hair on the ground?
Oh, Jesus.
My God. I'm curious if there, because I remember.
I had a dream about her last night, too.
Okay, because hold on.
Motherfucker.
Because when my dog passed away, the greatest white German Shepherd of all time, Maddie's dying over there. Hey, listen, when I would see her dog hair, are you crying?
you know.
Oh my God!
I had a
Did
dream.
that just make you emotional?
No, I had a dream.
Hold on.
No, I had a dream about
I
her
saw
last
a
night.
tear just fall out of your. What's falling out of your eyes?
So
dude? I haven't finished my story. So when Sierra, are you okay?
yeah, it went down the wrong.
No, I feel like this has made you emotional.
I saw.
So when my dog passed away, white German Shepherd, maybe the smartest dog that I have ever come across. Honestly, just very intelligent, watchdog, protector, everything. But when she passed away, Cam, and I would see the white hair on the ground, I didn't even want to sweep it up.
No, I know.
I just wanted to leave it there. So I'm curious with your cat.
We're past that point.
Did you
Listen,
did you get a new cat for Christmas?
No, I didn't. No, and rightfully so. Right. I want to pick my own animal out.
No.
But
when's your birthday?
There's no cat.
When's
April.
your
There's no cat hair. Kate cleans that goddamn house. I was supposed to be back last night. She got all this stuff last night for me to come home.
Like what?
Like fucking cooked all this good food, waiting for me. I know it's gonna be a little bit late, but she took a nap. All the dogs were waiting. She cleared out all the Christmas decoration, made a nice meal for me, lit some candles, and so waiting for me. And then right after the game, I'm like, "Girl, fuck, we're staying tonight again." She's like, "What?" I go, "Yeah, we can't get back. Goddamn Koki Airport. I don't know. They couldn't.
Yeah.
We couldn't land the plane.
You couldn't.
It was too much ice, I guess, like that. And so we had to wait another day.
And that's a smaller airport.
So then we had to fly into Lambert when our car's over there. So
which was a bigger airport.
We had to go into Lambert, and then we had to get on a bus to go to Cahokia. This was a long. It was a long. And
you might as well have just Ubered home.
I just felt bad. The guys, man, that's long on.
They grind it.
They fucking grind it, dude.
They grind it.
Those are a couple weird games up there, and they, just to have a little setback like that, it's tough.
Dude, I got stranded in Toronto too. I saw a couple of our listeners.
Yeah, you did.
Man, it was great to see people reaching out, and be like, "Hey, are you at the Leafs game tonight?" A couple of them came down. A couple of media people who I'd never met came down to say hello to. It was good to be in Toronto, man, the hockey mecca of the world. Chief took great care of us and took Ty to his first Leafs game.
Are they mourning Justin Trudeau?
So
resigning?
Listen, while I'm there, he resigns, dude. While I'm there,
I know. I text him.
But it was like not even. It was a huge story up there. But I tried to talk to people on the street, the bellman. Like I'm like talking to him about it. Like nobody really had much like to say about it. But it was all over. But it was all over television and talking to some of the others. But Toronto is a very interesting city.
It's actually really nice.
Well,
it's pretty clean.
It is.
Like
I didn't see nearly as many homeless people there as I saw in Vancouver. Not even close.
Oh yeah, no, not turn that off.
Oh my God, dude. What do you drink? Is that Mellow Yellow?
Yeah, I mean, I got on the run. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Is that Mountain Dew?
It's a long day.
Is that Mountain Dew?
Mountain Dew is the best soda ever. A lot of shit going on though.
So anyway, we were supposed to fly back. Everyone's like flying all over the world right now, but you couldn't fly to St. Louis. You could fly anywhere you want.
Yeah.
You could fly anywhere you want to go, but you couldn't fly to St. Louis, so we were stuck there for a couple more days. But staying right on Lake Ontario, it's beautiful. The sun came out my last day, so I was able to actually see the blue water, and the skies weren't as gray. And it was cold there. It's like constantly snowing, like 24 hours a day, but it doesn't like stick to the ground.
In Toronto?
It's just like snowing.
Yeah, that's like the romantic hallmark snow.
It's like just snowing, but like it doesn't like stick to the ground. It doesn't interfere with your driving. You can walk around, whatever. It just snows nonstop.
Yeah, you've been there for 3 days.
Yeah, well,
there was thunder snow.
I saw.
There was thunder snow here.
Here there was. What does that
thunder
really mean?
Fucking that's how intense everything is. That's how much
explain
energy.
What thunder snow is. It's basically thunderstorms where it's raining above the clouds, but then it's so cold as the rain comes down, it turns into snow.
It's so much energy going up there that it creates.
Which is very rare to see thunder snow.
Yeah, it is, and we had it, and we've known about this for a while. Matt even talked about it when we were going out of town about
snow.
No, about missing Monday because there's going to be a big storm.
Yeah, he knew all about it. Yeah.
He did. So we got through it. The roads are fine here now, but God Almighty, what a pain in the ass for a lot of people. And God, you know what the scariest fucking thing is? Do you ever see those videos of those pile-ups where somebody's on the side of the road who finally gets out of their car because there's fog and ice and black ice, and all of a sudden they get out and they're filming it and it's bam!
And then the next
and
car.
they're trying, bam! They're going so...
Then the next car.
I'm like, why are they going so fast?
You don't have to be going fast.
I know, but they are. And there's a tractor trailer that comes like, come on! And everybody just gets smash. And if you're in your car and you look like that's got to be the most miserable, scary situation ever. What do? Get out? Do you try to get out?
Get out.
Try to get out and get off the highway so you don't get smashed. But if you get out, you're guaranteed dead if you get hit. So it's like, God damn, you stay in your car.
Yeah, I would probably stay in the car in that situation.
You would always stay in whatever environment.
Wherever it's warmest.
If there's something like with Andy, if shit goes down, Andy's going to just stay there. Meanwhile, I'm like, I'm getting off this boat.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's
Wherever
get out of here.
It's warmest. That's
Andy's
where
just
I
probably
would
like,
be.
we're good.
Is the heat on in the car?
I'm thinking,
Does
like,
the
do
heat
I get
still
out?
work?
You know?
Dude, I have been cold for, I'd probably say 8 days straight. Because I went to the Winter Classic too in Chicago. And it was just, I've just gone from being cold to like warming up for like 5 minutes, back to being cold, warm for 5 minutes, back in the coldest ice rinks ever, back to being warm, cold outside. I mean, this has been going on for a week straight. My toes are still cold. I was going to bring a blanket in here just to kind of like warm up a little
Explain that
bit.
though. Because what you just said, like, you go from cold to being warm, like, so does everybody else.
No.
I did the same thing in Minnesota.
No.
What's the difference?
Because these local rinks, dude, are so
Local rinks.
so
We had to go to a
damn
local
cold.
rink up there.
Well, okay.
Where Phil Housley
Well,
and
then-
Justin Falk played.
Dude, Phil Housley. I had a friend
Just so you know,
in
bitching like
in
that. You're not
college,
working outside.
in college who lived next door to Phil Housley, and the lake, river, whatever it was behind his house, it would freeze, and he'd go out and play hockey with everybody. I was hoping to do that in Canada, you know, like kind of have a little nostalgia, go
Do it
skate
here.
on an outdoor rink, and
See, I talked to Steve out over the weekend, and it's funny to bring that up. And by the way, skating on rivers is a lot scarier than skating on lakes. Why do you think that is?
well, the rivers, there's more current, there's a stronger current, and it's deeper.
Meaning, if you go through,
You're done.
you're fucking stuck, dude.
yeah.
But on a lake, a lot of these lakes, you know, in subdivisions, like 4 feet
Those
deep.
are like creeks.
They're
dude.
4 feet deep.
Those are
You go into the
creeks.
mud. You might have to have a tractor pull you out,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's a creek.
You're going to be okay.
Mhm.
But a river, you go down,
Yeah.
you're fucking
Same
gone.
with a lake too, dude. A big lake.
A lake, you can still maybe navigate your way back
Does
up
Lake
in your ice skates.
Michigan or like a big monster lake, like a
Well, it
Lake
has a current.
Ontario? No, will they freeze, or is there too much current that it won't freeze?
Yeah, they'll freeze.
You sure?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw little like icicles and stuff like that.
Sure,
but I'm
not-
talking like
not-
frozen over where you're skating on top of it.
In certain areas of the lake, absolutely.
Okay, I just didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. Not where I was
Damn
staying.
right.
I didn't see it where I was staying.
Well, it's not that cold yet.
I mean,
So anyway, I was talking to Steve out, and he's like, "Hey, he's watching his phone. We're all hanging out up in Minnesota. We had a couple days off there, and we're chilling." And she was like, "Hey, I go, what are you watching?" He's watching his kids in his backyard, and he rents out this fucking badass ice rink. Costs about 20 G notes.
he gets the generator,
The generator-
and the
no, the-
refrigeration, and all that.
No. He doesn't do shit. The
No,
company
they come out and do
the
it.
company comes in and sets
Yeah.
it all up
Yeah.
for like 4 or 5 months, and no, even if it's 60, it goes up to 67 degrees
Mm.
outside, to where you probably don't want to go out there and be a little too
But
mushy.
he puts it on top of his sport court, so it's already got the.
so you're not killing your
and
grass.
It's flat.
Yeah, and the kids are out. He's just watching. There's a bonfire. You know, his wife
Yeah.
has friends over. He's just like sitting there watching Maverick, and they're fighting the whole time. It's
Mhm.
hilarious.
Yeah.
So it's like 20 grand for 5 months, and then they come back and go take it all apart.
Might be a little
Be-
more than that.
He told me 20
I
G's.
know. I
Is
feel
he
like
lying to
I
me?
feel like he's told me closer to 30 plus.
It could be.
Yeah.
Look it up. He told me I forgot what it was, but it's pretty cool. They come in, they put it up,
Mhm.
they take it down.
So I was.
They'll fuck your grass up though if you put
Oh
it.
yeah, if you put it on top of the grass.
I don't know what. If,
But in Canada, I feel like everybody we talked to, like they had a rink in their backyard. It was probably around the same size as his. Some of these are just monstrous. There's a house here locally that puts on a huge rink. It's like the size of a full-size tennis court that he has in his backyard. He's neighbors with Chris Pronger, so obviously it kind of give you an idea of
Yeah.
the size of the property he has. He's got a huge property. Doesn't even have kids that play hockey and lets
just-
kids come over and skate all
That's
day long.
awesome.
They've got like a Zamboni and everything.
I would go out there and skate with
Yeah.
all those kids.
Well, why don't you
all-
come skate with us?
I will. Are you? Because Jamie Rivers told me he's got a place out.
He lives a little further out.
Yeah, in Lovelyville, in
Cottleville.
Cottleville. Yeah. See, we're out in like Niceville, where we could like take golf carts and do things.
It's a little
And
further
if Andy
out.
takes a golf cart, he's gonna get hit by a goddamn semi truck. But my point is, like, there's just little lakes out there, little ponds that are 4 feet deep, and the kids go skating. Man, I would love to.
Yeah, this isn't
Love
even a
to do that,
pond, dude.
you know?
It's just it's a man-made rink. Like Otters isn't a pond. It's not a creek. It's not a river. It's just a rink.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
A rink they set up.
Yeah. So you're
pretty
calling
cool.
it a pond, but it's not a pond or anything.
Jamie's is a pond.
Oh, maybe that is out there.
We will have in St. Louis. We'll have a chance to skate,
Mhm.
but usually you don't in St. Louis.
When
You
I
don't-
was a kid, the lakes would freeze and we would skate on lakes
In
and
St.
ponds
Louis?
all the time.
Yeah,
all the
I
time.
remember it too.
All the time.
I remember that
I feel
too.
like it doesn't get that. There's usually like a 2-3 week stretch where it gets really cold. The temperatures get down to the teens.
That's it.
And they don't get above the teens for a good 2-3 weeks.
It's pretty good though.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's nice. If you want, we don't have bad winters, man.
Toronto actually isn't that cold. Like Toronto, it's really cold there right now, but I talked to a number of people around there, Cam, just getting
The
an
expert.
idea.
The expert
getting an
now.
idea.
It's a lot colder
they
in here.
said that this is about this is cold for Toronto. Like right now.
It's more consistently cold in here.
Yeah. I think like you get into like Alberta, Saskatchewan.
Well, yeah.
Those areas.
Even Quebec.
Dude, yes.
God damn right.
It's
cold.
damn cold up there.
Fucking northern New York is goddamn cold.
That's
where I just came
where
from,
the shit kickers are, man.
The fucking Minnesota. I was up in
cold
I'm
as
looking
shit.
at the Mississippi River where it fucking begins, baby.
Was it frozen?
Yep.
Or was it moving?
No.
Because that's what I'm asking.
It's always
about.
moving.
Well, then it's not frozen.
You are not very smart.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
I said, was it frozen? Like, could you skate on
both.
it? Oh, okay.
Don't you get that?
Both.
Do you think
can you skate on it or not?
Maddie, do you think the Mississippi River is frozen from point A all the way to the bottom? So it's no. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little frozen up top, enough to get 90 pounds out there, and then the bottom part is flushing out.
You don't think I'd fall through?
No, you would not fall through anything. 55-degree weather, he could skate on ice.
Hey, where's he? Yeah, he's skating. It's 80 degrees outside. Hasn't fallen through.
You know, so that's such a cool thing to do.
Makes
as a
my
kid.
wife a little nervous though. She doesn't like that.
What?
I keep saying we're gonna go on a pond or like a river or something and skate. And
Well,
she doesn't
don't
want
go
us
on a
to do
river.
that.
What river are you gonna go on around here?
The Merrimack or something.
Jesus, no wonder she's scared. She's like, you're an idiot.
But I would just do the man-made rink. You know, there's all these companies that do stuff like that. I've talked to a couple of them. They don't
gotta get on them.
They don't think it gets cold enough here in St. Louis to do it.
Listen, no shit. That's why you have the what he has, all that fucking that AC unit that goes through.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The generator.
The generator.
Refrigeration
The
system.
refrigeration system that just keeps it goes up to 60. You could have it.
Yeah.
You could skate on it up to 67 degrees. That's unbelievable.
I know.
You could have no shirt on going out there cruising.
Yeah.
You know? So
Toe dragging cougars on the
toe
ice.
dragging them fucking cougars. I still think driving home is going to be a little bit of a bitch today for me.
So I went to a Leafs game, and listen, and it's not the first time I've been to a Leafs game in Toronto, but it's always a fun experience there, man. They do a great job. The fans get into it. Fans are hilarious. They're funny. Ty had the best time ever. I got to give a shout out to Mitchie Marner, though, man. I will say he's
Did
one.
he say something to Ty?
No.
Oh, okay.
But he is one of, if not one of the only, really one of the only in the NHL, like true entertainers we have in the sport, who like knows when the crowd is like oohing and awing, and then he tries to make the next move because he knows he's got their attention and he's on center stage, and he's just out there to put on a show, dude.
Yeah.
And I love that about him. And a lot of players like want to be able to do that, but not many have that ability to do it. This guy is so skilled. He's so fun to watch. I feel like he is more razzle-dazzle, more entertaining in front of the home fans because they're all like, oh, he had this rush, Cam, that was incredible. Shorthanded, splits between two defensemen standing still inside his own end, then dances somebody in the neutral zone, then goes between his legs, almost scores, and then skating backwards, just waves for the next guy to come out on the ice, not even looking at the bench, and just, T-stops it going back to the bench. He's such an entertainer, dude. I'll give him a lot of credit for that, dude. He's fun to watch. He's fucking really good.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like
you feed off that energy, baby.
You see that with other sports, dude. Like people who put on a show in front of the home fans.
Well, the thing is with hockey, though, you could do it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You could hold on the puck as long as you want. You know what I mean? You can't do it with football. You can't do it with baseball. Basketball.
Football, you can put on a show.
You can't hold the ball and run around and go back and this.
Mm-hmm.
Mitch Marner could take that fucking puck, dangle everybody, keep it, go all the way back around his own zone, look at the crowd, then skate back up and do whatever the fuck he wants for as long as he wants.
They're putting 5 forwards on the power play, dude. He's running the power play.
Yeah, you should. You should.
I love it. John Tavares, too, man. This guy's got 20 goals on the season, and I know we probably have chirped JT in the past, too. I don't know if we really have, but
Maybe for his personality.
Maybe, but like feeling like he's making too much money. People have always said that. And, they got to move on from him and whatnot. He's got 20 goals on the season, dude. I think he's a more than a point per game guy. I think he's got 42 points in 41 games. Either that or 41 points in 42 games. He's right there at a point per game. And somebody's going to get him next year. And he's going to fill a role for somebody and be a real good player for at least another 3-4 years, man. He's got that in him. So
just not as much money.
Maybe they find a way to keep him if they choose to at less money. But if he wants to go somewhere else, this guy can still play. And you can move him around on the power play. Now they're using him in different spots. Like they're using him more like in the middle, like in a bumper position. Like he's good, dude. I mean, and he's a great passer. Like he goes board to board, no look passes as well as anybody in the league.
Remember the other day where he just went, right between his legs to Marner. That was unbelievable.
Oh yeah, that was sick too.
That was dirty.
He's got a good shot.
Yeah, play that clip by the way, Brody. That was pretty.
So Toronto, I'm kind of on the Toronto bandwagon right now with Chief there.
When you watch him live, it's awesome.
And Mike Van Ryn too, like ran into Rhino, who's obviously an assistant coach. And we'll see what happens with Matthews, dude. He's got the injury. He's back now. He looks damn good. He's played 3 games in a row now. 2 of those against the Flyers. Played 1 against Boston too. He's putting up points. He's skating. And people obviously are looking at the injury, whatever it is, if it's a shoulder, if it's a back injury. I think they alluded to it maybe being a back injury. Yeah. And people are just automatically assuming that he's not going to be available for Team USA in the 4 Nations. But if he's playing for the Maple Leafs right now, I mean,
let's go.
I would imagine he's going to try to give it a go. There was a bad report that was out there about him going on long-term injury. This is how, and I had somebody reach out to me and tell me, hey, I'm working the Blues game the other night, last home game they had before they went back on the road.
Yeah.
I get a text saying that Austin Matthews is going on long-term injury with like a hip injury and like needs hip surgery.
I saw something like that too.
So I tell Brady Tkachuk after the game, I'm like, dude, Matthews is going. He's going on long-term injury. Like, who's the next man up for Team USA?
He's probably like, we all have the flu.
I took Chloe down there to say hello to him too,
awesome.
dude. He's the best.
They all have the flu though.
Who, Ottawa?
Game. Yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
They've been on the road forever.
You better watch the fuck out when people have the flu, because then you get it and then you give it to me.
Oh, he would have told me.
No,
he didn't seem like he had the flu.
That game?
Yeah. Funny. Well, I don't know.
The Blues, that was a bad game for them. They all had the flu in that game.
Oh, Ottawa did?
Yeah.
They've been on the road forever.
That's what I mean.
They had like 8 or 9 game road trip that was split up with Christmas. And then they go to Detroit. They lose in overtime. Detroit's won 5 in a row.
5 in a row, yeah.
This is like the new coach boost. Todd McClellan, our boy.
Damn right. Check our interview out with him.
But Patrick Kane scoring goals again.
Yep, that's cool.
I don't know. I can get on Detroit's bandwagon as long as they continue to win. We'll see what happens.
Well, I can also get on that 4 Nations now, man. I'm excited.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, not me. Not exactly.
I want to see USA, baby. Let's go.
Because that's the only thing with Austin Matthews. Is Toronto going to try to interfere with him playing? Now, listen, they wouldn't have him play now if he could really suffer a setback and not be available come playoff time, because they all know that's what they need him for. Toronto's good enough, even without Austin Matthews,
to win some games throughout this, no doubt.
Obviously, secure a playoff spot.
100%.
They shouldn't be worried about finishing first, second, third, whatever. Just get in.
He's going to want to play in that, dude.
And so I would imagine he's going to want to play. If he's playing games now, he's going to play for
your
Team
Hall of
USA.
Fame career. You want to win as many medals as possible. Mm-hmm. You're damn right he wants to play in that.
Now, if he's not available for the Maple Leafs, then he's not going to be available for Team USA. But as long as he's playing, I would imagine.
The reason why.
But you never know.
The reason why I'm excited about the 4 Nations is because of what happened with the World Juniors. Mm-hmm. So let's see if the U.S. could beat Canada.
So, dude, I'm in Canada for the gold medal game.
Yeah.
And so it's like everyone's just trying to figure it out. What is going on? What is wrong with our 18 and 19-year-olds? We need to know.
It's too much money.
Summit. It's like while Macklin Celebrini is eligible for the team, but he's playing in the NHL. You always got to keep that in mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they've got great players who aren't there. And every year you can say that about, Hockey Canada. There's always players who are eligible to play in the World Juniors.
Their coach was goofy, though.
He was goofy from the start. He's
been
goofy
that all
years ago.
Everybody's talking about that.
Yeah.
Even like, I'm thinking like, we're tired. We're not practicing. Like, what? You're not putting guys that play together on the same line on your team?
You don't develop chemistry in practice.
Wait, what? Oh, really? Interesting. Like,
They're
so
fatigued.
and then afterwards they're like, would you do anything different? Oh, no. It's like a politician. It's really weird.
I know.
You know?
But there's a lot of attention on these kids, man. And,
They're okay. They're going to be okay. All those Canadian kids are going to be
and
okay. They're probably like, I don't want to go through that bullshit again. I want to fucking, now I know, like, I want to exceed now. And now I know I want to get away from this. I know what to do now. I don't know.
And everyone's trying to
curve.
come up with a reason as to why. And some people are saying, well, Canada's is no longer the dominating hockey
No,
country
they are.
anymore. Listen, look
They
at
are.
Team USA's roster. Everyone is still coming from Massachusetts and Minnesota and Michigan, New York, New Jersey, Illinois. You get one player, I think, that's from Florida. I think you have 2 California kids. And listen, maybe that is different than what we saw 20 years ago. You didn't have kids coming from Florida and California. But it's not a bunch of California and Florida kids who are leading this team to a gold medal.
Yeah, maybe
it's
Texas.
still the traditional, cities.
Yeah.
But the biggest difference is, and I think Kevin Bieksa touched on it, and I agree 100%, and I've seen it here in St. Louis and seen it all over the country, being around youth hockey all these years, you do have a lot of former NHLers who are Canadian, who do lay down their roots here in the States, and they're developing hockey players. And, Yannick Perreault being one of them, with his son obviously being, on Team USA, one of their best players. And you've had a lot of Canadian players end up living and raising families here in the States, and their American kids end up, being faces of USA hockey, even
Basically
though their
Canadians.
dads are Canadian.
No shit.
So we're basically Canadian too.
We're just stealing them away from you.
But I wouldn't overreact to it.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
you lost to the Czech Republic. You didn't lose to the Americans, although you did in the New Year's Eve game, but it wasn't in the quarterfinal.
Although they
game.
were sloppy for a lot, and a lot of that whole tournament.
They were undisciplined. They were taking stupid
Sloppy.
penalties. Dude, look at the top half of their roster, Cam. They're loaded. They had no business losing. They still should have advanced.
I agree.
But they didn't play well enough. They took dumb penalties, and they couldn't establish chemistry with one another. You get some selfish play from some of their best players. They didn't use their teammates as in terms of the creativity with one another as well
you
as
didn't
you would like.
practice.
And let's face it, Team USA does have an advantage, especially when you have all these kids from Boston College who are, play together during the season.
Mm-hmm.
Now they come and play together during the tournament. So they've got chemistry established. They come up together with the U.S. program. So they know each other off the ice. They have established chemistry and that team unity that's been established through playing together in the U17s, U18s, and playing at the U.S. program. So there probably is an advantage with some of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys.
Good,
listen,
man.
those Canadians all know each other too. But some of the top guys that were scoring in the CHL didn't even make the team. Like, I don't know. They're gonna have to sit back and regroup and stuff. But they're people digging in it's too much money or this, that, and the other. I'm like, wait a minute, it's too much money everywhere.
Let me say this though, and it is way too commercialized. I talked to somebody with TSN that they're losing at least $2.5 million. TSN is by Canada losing in the quarters, not advancing deep into the tournament and playing into that championship gold medal game.
Though.
But they're losing $2.5 million in advertising revenue and stuff like that.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, that's a lot of money. That's one of the biggest events of the year in terms of revenue generating income for television networks up in Canada.
Well, next year it's going to be in Minnesota, and then next year it's going to be back in Canada again.
But they'll still be able to generate that revenue even if it's in Minnesota. It's through television.
Yeah, I know. The revenue, $2 million. I think they're okay.
2.5.
They make a lot of revenue. They do their thing.
The TV industry nowadays, you lose out on that. That's a lot of money to lose out on.
Well, then, no, don't take a penalty in the third period there. We try to make a weird hit with your legs sticking out with everybody else been doing the same thing.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Especially
with these refs, are you out of your mind?
Penalties in Europe and
it happened
international hockey for years.
That happened the other night in an NHL game. Who just got fucking rocked? Somebody got rocked with another knee-on-knee. Weird. Defenseman tried to open ice it. Who was that? Goddamn. It's pretty gnarly. Anyway, it was from the Calgary, I think. Anyway, doesn't matter. But
Zari.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Zari. So, and then that shootout game was awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Goddamn. We're all watching that up in Minnesota. It's like, let's go. Then we go over and have Jim Montgomery with the Blues head coach had us all the media and all the trainers and everybody and Tom Reed's, you know him?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Legendary bar, restaurant.
Awesome, cool. We had this little place in the back. All this memorabilia everywhere. We're all shooting the shit. We got the Vikings game on. And then you got the USA game on too.
Yeah.
And then they're down by 2. They come back. USA comes back. That game was fucking awesome, man. Back and forth.
Yeah, no, it
Those
was a
guys
great game. They got a bounce, obviously. That was the night I was at the Leafs game. So when the Leafs game ended, it was right after the end of regulation. So I saw the entire overtime.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
He had that shootout. The whole World Juniors.
And that Finnish goaltender played out of his mind.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
You're damn right he was.
Played out of his mind. And he made some great saves in overtime. Nothing he could do in the game winner.
That sauce pass.
From
he barely gets it. Comes down.
Stiga.
That was awesome. Stiga, yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was entertaining.
I love seeing USA hockey do well in that tournament, man. It's the first time they've ever won back-to-backs in the World Juniors. But, it wasn't that long ago where Canada was winning gold medal, 4 or 5 years in a row?
Yeah, I know.
And they had their run. And listen, they'll get back there. There's so much talent in Canada that they make a decision when they put these rosters together. Do we try to build an actual team where guys have defined roles, where you put players, on the roster who could be fourth-line guys, shutdown checkers, whatever you're looking for, versus just trying to take your best players and having a bunch of superstars and, dealing with the possibility of guys not accepting their roles who are used to being go-to guys. Now you're not on the power play. Now you're not playing as much as you typically do with your club team. You just got to figure out personality-wise who can handle that. But I would take the best players and try to get them to adapt in a short tournament, to put the team first and to accept a role, have those conversations with them beforehand. Are you willing to do this? And if you feel like they're not, then maybe you go in a different direction. But when you leave off elite talent, man, I think you take that risk.
Don't you think they did that?
I don't know.
Don't they do that with the Olympics? Wouldn't you? That'd be the first thing you do.
Would have those conversations?
You goddamn
with
right.
the players?
Yeah.
Are you willing to?
Are you willing? Yeah, I'll do that.
What? I'm not going to be on the power play?
Wait. But I'm still going to be this. Oh, well, okay. Then that's a little, you
I don't know. I think they look at the evaluators, just look at, because they're all good players who make the team anyway. But you have guys who maybe it's more in their natural DNA.
Well, we talked to Army
to be
about
third
that.
and fourth line guys. But with that being said, they had a lot of elite talent. Look at their top 6 forwards. They have elite talent. And those guys didn't, live up to their end of the bargain, man. They didn't perform.
That was an awesome game. It was cool, man. We all were hanging out. It's funny. I was remember Claude Julien. We'd had him on, by the way. Check that bad boy out. So we were talking with him. It's pretty funny. He we're talking with him coaching in Jersey, and he says, yeah, he's like after every game, Lou would have all the coaching staff separately, away from each other, write out everybody who played on the roster and give them a 1 to 10 score.
Really?
And then each individual coach would have to relay that so no one saw anybody.
Was it anonymous?
Yes.
So he didn't know which coach it was coming from?
No, he did, but the other coaches didn't know what the other coaches scored. So everybody was just on their own program, and you send it up to Lou. And then he's sitting there. So that was, but if I'm Lou, I'll do the same thing. I just want to see what everybody thinks, because I'm judging everybody. I want to see what everybody thinks. Kind of a pain in the ass, all good. So I'm sitting there in front of everybody. I go, have you ever scored me a 10? And right 2 seconds right off the bat, he turns to me. He goes, yeah, when you sat out. I go, God damn it. Everybody starts dying laughing.
That's so funny. Well, that's when you would get a 10.
I know.
When
would you get a 10?
He gave my mother-in-law a $100 tip for wrapping presents.
He's awesome.
She wraps presents at the mall, dude, and she was like, I met Jim Montgomery. I was like, what?
That's so funny.
She's like, I met Jim Montgomery. He came to the mall and I wrapped his presents. I'm like,
no, Claude Julien.
Doesn't sound like Monty to go to the mall.
I thought it was Claude Julien.
She didn't remember the name. And so she looked it up online to see the Blues coaches, and she sees a bald-headed guy and whatever, right? So she thought it was Jim Montgomery. So I say something to Monty the next day. I'm like, wow, you're giving my mother-in-law $100? He's like, what are you talking about? I go, did she wrap your present at the mall? He's like, I wasn't at the damn mall. I was like, I knew it.
That's so funny.
And then Claude Julien.
Claude. Love him. My boy.
Because it's so funny to see that. I went back into the coach's office to sit down with Monty because we did what they call the late shift on the Blues YouTube channel for the
Check
Blues.
that out, by the way.
For the Blues. And so we just were shooting the shit, that morning just about what we were going to talk about that night. and all the coaches are in there or whatever. I brought him a bunch of First Form beef sticks.
Yeah, baby.
Protein sticks.
20 grams
to the coaches.
makes you horny.
And
Tell
then
him.
that's when Chloe was like,
Yeah,
I met your mother-in-law.
He told me
I'm like-
that.
I'm like, you gave her $100. He's like, all I had was $100 or a $1 bill, so
Dude,
I gave her the $100.
They're so generous, all those guys. And Monty picked up the whole tab.
Mhm.
And Jamie Rivers, trust me on that, was beating that fucking pot up like no other. He wants that rum. He wants that bourbon. Everybody was drinking, eating. Except for Monty. Monty was chilling, watching the games, doing his thing, drinking water, all that. It was just really, really cool. I like how coaches do that.
Yeah.
You bring the media in.
Oh,
You bring all the trainers in. You have Tom's cool as shit, man. Talk to him the whole time. That was fun. Although my fucking nose bleeds every time I go up to goddamn Minnesota. Cold as shit.
Do you feel like
I'm trying to bar hop by myself and my fucking face is burning.
Do you feel like that's the coldest
Oh.
that you've felt?
No.
Have you been to Edmonton? You did.
When I did Winnipeg, I did Edmonton and all that. That was warm. It was a warm spot.
early time
Minnesota,
of the winter, though.
It was 2 degrees. And I'm like, listen, when you're hanging out with everybody so much, and I do, sometimes I'm like, I'm just gonna go by myself.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I'm just gonna walk. And I'm walking places. I'm like this. And all of a sudden, like my nose at night, dude, is like blood everywhere.
Ugh, dude.
I
It's
know.
cleaning out everything that you've got going on.
Oh
there.
God! Like I'm like,
Get a hold of yourself. dude.
I can't breathe. My face is fucked up. I look like shit. Oh God, I look like shit.
Mhm.
Like I'm gross. This is the same shirt I wore probably 15 fucking times.
Do you know that
Underwear is gross.
cold weather is very good for your skin and everything?
Oh really?
Yeah, I think cold weather. It's good for your gums. It's good for your skin. It's good for inflammation. It's like cryotherapy, dude. Just walking around. That's why Toronto, they have it too, but I know they have it in colder cities, including Minnesota. They've got all these little underground tunnels, man, to get from point A to point B.
Yeah, you could do
You
that.
don't even have to walk outside.
We stay at that St. Paul hotel, you know, in
Yeah, it's a great
Minnesota.
hotel. You get that
Great.
wild rice soup.
Yeah, but with all that bourbon, that fucking bar down there, whew, we
That's where David Backus got engaged.
I know, I was there, and we chirped the shit out. So David Backus one time at the St. Paul hotel, we're there for a game. He's from around there, so he's getting married.
He just gotten called up.
Just
He
got
was-
called up, but he's
yeah.
getting married. And we all walk in as a team. And we look to the right, and there's this huge fireplace right there at this place. Beautiful hotel. And David Backus is laying on the ground with his lovely wife. And they're hanging out, taking pictures, like professional pictures.
Like engagement photos.
Yes, while we're walking in to go
Yeah.
to check into the hotel with the whole team, and we chirp the fuck out of him
Yeah.
so goddamn bad.
So in his house, David Backus at his house, he's got a framed photo that I think the players gave to him. It's a framed photo
Yeah.
of an engagement of him and his wife, who's awesome, Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly.
And they're in front of the fireplace.
love
at
animals.
the St. Paul Hotel. And the players gave him a picture, and everybody signed it. You probably signed something too on there. And on camera, I went to David's house one time to do like a feature of him and like all his cats and all that. He had wine bottles for every dog that died in the Michael Vick situation.
Oh, Jesus, Murphy.
Yes. So in
Was it
in
1,000?
remembrance of every dog who
Michael
died
Vick.
in the dog fighting scheme. He's now a head coach. I'm pulling for
Listen,
Mike Vick.
actually, I have
I have a soft spot for him.
So do I. Andy, so do I. And I'm a dog. If you fucking torture a dog or a kitty cat or something like that, or any animal, I'm going to get you. Like I would lose my fucking mind if I saw that. That kills me.
I feel like he's been
Older people,
rehabilitated.
children, animals, that's when I'm fucking them. But I remember the Michael Vick situation, I was so hardcore on him. But I think I look at him now, I'm like, no, like, I forgive you.
I think he's been rehabilitated.
I forgive you.
Sometimes you're a product of your environment.
Yeah, but figure out your fucking environment.
Okay, I'm just
like
saying.
we all know.
No.
It's my environment.
I'm
I'm going to torture animals. It's my environment. I'm going to hold up a fucking 15-year-old girl for a cell phone. It's my environment. No. I don't take that. You
Okay,
figured
well,
it out.
anyway,
You went to jail. You're okay.
Okay,
You did your
he
thing.
had to go do a couple years.
Oh,
dude.
shit.
I showed Ty the
fucking
other
went-
day Michael Vick highlights, dude.
It's
He was like-
unbelievable.
he was like, "Oh my god."
You could kill a dog now. You were really good in that play.
Yeah. No.
He
Okay.
did, but he
okay.
went
Well,
to-
you
no,
don't have to
no,
take
now
it
you're
there.
pissing me
You
off.
don't have to take it there.
He did his jail time.
Mhm.
So now we're like, fuck.
Couple years,
He went
dude.
through. He went to jail more than
He-
a lot
they-
of people that did a
he
lot
lost
worse things.
a $100 million contract
No doubt.
that he had just signed. But then he signed another $100 million contract with the Eagles
He did his
after
thing.
he got out,
He did his
although I don't think he made all $100 million of it.
Yeah.
And I think he just finished paying back all his creditors. He had to pay everything back.
I know.
He like owed all this money. Do you think the
they got him
Falcons
hard.
should have like not asked for all that money back, or they should have?
I don't know the situation.
Well,
much.
he had to pay all this money back
So the Falcons,
to like sponsors and the Falcons, and his endorsements, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, man. You lost all your money anyway.
Okay, so David Backus has this big photo, he and
Yeah.
Kelly hanging up in his house, and every player wrote something on the photo, and it was kind of
it was funny.
like chirping.
Nerd or whatever.
No,
or
oh my
this.
God, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, really?
No.
No, there's a couple bad ones.
I mean,
Remember who we had on that team?
it's on YouTube if you want to check it out when I like start reading all the things on there. And
Oh,
like,
so wasn't that bad?
no.
So Walt said, "This is lovely. We love."
Dude,
Walt."
so I go to the airport to go to Toronto. This is the morning after the Ottawa game last week, and it's like 5 a.m, dude. My flight was at like 6:30, and I run into Big Walt at the airport. This guy's going to Spokane, Washington to scout, dude. I mean, he made over $100 million as a player, and this guy's grinds it as a scout
Love
and
him.
loves what he's doing. Okay, but there was a woman
A woman.
at the airport who was traveling with all these cats. My eyes are itching. It's early in the morning. It's meowing like crazy. So Walt was like in my gate because he was trying to get away from like all these cats that were in his gate. And so, but then they bring the cats over to my gate.
That's heaven
and
to me.
It's so like meow meow meow.
I would cuddle with every single one of them.
So, oh my God!
I would.
So then he's trying to get away from the cats, and then he shot me a text, and he said, "Cat lady sitting right next to me on the
Oh,
plane."
that's
so
what
he had all these cats on the
That's
plane.
my
next to
dream
him.
plane ride
Why?
because I love cats. I love them. I love kitty cats so much.
Really?
Yes, 100%. I do.
Who should be the captain of Team USA?
Ooh, dang boy.
I already said who I think should be. But you
Who's
tell me.
on the team? Let's throw some names out.
Well, you got Austin Matthews. You have Charlie McAvoy.
Let me look.
Adam Fox.
Let me look real quick.
Jack Eichel. JT Miller, who we'll get into.
Yeah.
Brady Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk.
That's a good question. Let me.
Should I give you my answer first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, I think Matthew Tkachuk should be the captain. I think he's the real leader. And he doesn't get an opportunity to be a captain of his NHL team because he went to a franchise that had,
Barkov.
Sasha Barkov, who's going to be the obvious captain of that team. You're not going to upseat him. He was a young player in Calgary where you had a veteran in Mark Giordano. So I said this on Twitter a few weeks ago. I don't know if you make his younger brother the captain of the team.
No.
You could.
No.
And Brady was the captain of the World Championship team last spring. But I honestly look at that team and I say, who's the leader of this USA hockey group? And I would say that I think Matthew Tkachuk should be the captain of Team USA for the Four Nations.
I would say
Or Matthews, Austin Matthews.
I would say because he. Okay, so can I just say a different?
Sure.
I agree with that.
Do you agree
actually.
with me?
Yeah, I do.
I'm not.
So-
I'm not just saying that because we like Matthew. We
I
know
know,
Matthew.
But can I give you a different
Just looking at it,
one? I would say McAvoy captain, Matthews assistant, 3 assistant.
Why McAvoy?
Just because, like, he plays hard, been in the game a little while. He's a defenseman. I don't know.
He's a defenseman. That matters or no?
Yeah. I don't know. I just think that maybe it could just.
I would say Brady over McAvoy.
Yeah. Okay. Those two. I'm just
And
getting away. I'm getting away from
I
the
would say
Tkachuks.
Austin Matthews over McAvoy too.
You're probably right. But I'm just throwing out like you got.
Jack Eichel's been a captain before, but I don't know if I would make him captain. JT Miller, I think he would be
Quinn
a candidate
Hughes.
if he wasn't going through all that stuff. Quinn Hughes would be a great captain too.
I know. I'm looking at it.
I think
Jackie
Quinn
boy.
Hughes would be a great captain. He'll be an
Jackie-
assistant for sure.
Well, Brock Nelson might be the oldest guy on there.
Yeah, and he's.
Do you throw him a C?
Well, I'm looking forward to watching him play, man. Because
Slavin, throw an A on.
you
I don't know.
could throw an A on so many different guys. I would think.
Listen, you could do whatever the fuck you want with
Either-
all the C and the A. Doesn't matter.
Listen,
Go win.
Your 4 captains.
You guys are loaded.
Your 4 captains, in my opinion,
Connor?
are going to be Connor who?
Kyle Connor.
Probably not. He's quiet.
All right.
Okay, your 4 captains, whether they're C's or A's, in my opinion, are Brady, Matthew, Austin Matthews, and Quinn Hughes. Those are your four captains.
That's it. I'm just trying to be
So
creative. It didn't work.
Somebody's the C, somebody's the A's.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, those four.
But I wouldn't mind to see Matthew have a jersey with a C on it because he doesn't really get that opportunity.
That's cool.
I mean, he's probably the leader of that team.
That makes the most sense.
In Florida.
I'm trying to do a different
who
thing.
do you think runs that team? You know what I mean?
Shit. Of course. You're right on that.
Mm-hmm. The JT Miller situation, I mean, Canada was going frantic over losing to Czechia.
Czechia?
I mean, just losing their mind over it.
That's a nice shot at the end.
Okay, like, what are we going to do? You got these management people holding these press conferences while Trudeau is resigning.
They look foolish.
Okay.
All of them do.
It's just like settle down. Like, why is it?
Sucks for
why
the
have
Canadian
they
kids.
made it so commercialized where it's such a? Why is the World Junior? I love the World Juniors.
So
it's
do
my
I.
favorite
It's
event
awesome.
of the year.
It's my
It's not
favorite
the
time of
same
year.
without Russia, but
No doubt.
you
With
know,
the Four Nations.
but
too.
I love watching the World Juniors. But why is it so important to Canada? Why is it so important? These 18 and 19-year-olds. Why is there so much pressure on these 18 and 19-year-olds where if they don't win the gold medal, they have to completely reevaluate the entire Hockey Canada under-20 program? It's like the number one topic on Hockey Night in Canada that they're discussing. It's on every news channel.
You're
These
answering
guys
your
who
own question.
run Hockey Canada, they're holding press conferences. Why is it so important?
You're answering because it's in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
In the U.S., no one even knows down here.
The hockey fans do.
They
And
don't
that's
even know
it.
what's going on down here in St. Louis, man. If I went to listen, if I went to a bar, if I went and bounced around to every single bar here and said, "Hey, World Juniors, what do you think?" They'd be like, "What?"
No, if you said, "Can you put the World Junior game?"
Put the
on?
World Junior game on. Like, the fuck does that mean? There could be fucking 5 St. Louis
No,
kids in there.
there's a handful of bars you'd go to where it would be on.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
You know, it's
I
just
know
a
of
shame.
one.
We have a ton of hockey fans here. We have a ton of hockey kids. All the rinks are packed in St. Louis. And if you really went to went bar hopping and asked for World Juniors, they'd be like, "What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you mean college basketball? No, World Juniors. You mean football? No, World Juniors."
Yeah, but like they have the equivalent of the World Juniors in basketball, where USA has dominated forever, but they lost a couple years ago. But that doesn't even get a ton,
Olympics?
a ton of attention here in the States.
No, the basketball is the fucking in February, man.
No, but they have not even the Olympics, where they have the equivalent of the World Juniors for basketball, and it's on national television and stuff like that.
Oh, really? They have like
under 19 or whatever it is.
They don't even know what that is. Yeah, but that basketball has so many other things going on. Like, do you think the college hockey?
But it's all it's all the future stars in the NBA that have gone through and played.
And people don't watch that.
And I think they lost a few years ago.
Okay.
Who was the guy from the Mavericks who was unbelievable a few years
Andy,
ago?
why are you asking me that?
Come on, what was his name? He beat Team USA.
Derwinski?
Yes, Dirk Nowitzki.
Nowinski? Did I say Derwinski?
I think he beat the USA team.
Yeah, maybe.
But they didn't hold like major like press conferences and stuff like that. So I get it. I love the passion. I love being up in Canada.
So do I.
During it. But I also feel like not everybody's that into it either. Like just
Not
outside.
around here.
No,
It
even
sucks.
around Canada. I was like asking people and stuff like that. Like just, but then you go to the rinks, it's a different.
Well, it's very multicultural
There's
up there.
a lot
just so
of
you
different
know.
nationalities up there.
All different, man.
At the airport, going through customs, there was a guy who needed a translator to speak Mandarin.
Mandarin?
They were like, "Does anybody here speak Mandarin?" And they're like, "I do." It was like 20 people, dude, that like all like could translate.
Yeah.
I was what
They got their fucking
Do I have to
problems
take
up
that
there.
out?
No. They got their
Do
problems.
I?
up there.
Is that being disrespectful?
Andy,
Do I have
do you see the
Do I have
video?
to take that out?
Dude, it's very multicultural up there.
Dude, I was crossing the street with Ty, and it was kind of confusing at one point. And there was a car coming, and we like ran across the street, and this guy rolls his window out. "Hey, watch where you're going, eh?"
Sorry there, E.
I was like, it was like everyone sounded like Timmy Peel,
Not everyone.
No, that's true.
At the rinks.
At the rinks, but this was also driving,
at the rinks.
crossing the street. And
Very
stuff like that,
multicultural up there.
which I love.
Yeah.
all about that.
Mm-hmm. So is UK right now.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
The
They
UK
love
is
it.
like that too.
Mhm.
I bet you Washington D.C.
There's
is
so
like
much
that.
fucked up shit going on right now. It's
Hey,
ungoddamn
I bet you
believable.
Washington D.C. is like that.
There's so much fucked up shit going on in the world right now. It's unfucking believable. Not to mention these goddamn wildfires in fucking the wealthy part of California, where like the mayor of California is like, we cut $20 million about for the fire department. And there's they can't get they can't get any goddamn water anywhere. Well, their main objective is to be more diverse, of course. That's the main objective as a fire department is like, we need more that.
They defunded the fire department.
That's the whole. It's unfucking believable. It's the same thing as Maui. It's unbelievable.
As where?
It's scary. Hawaii.
Hawaii. How come I
What
can't
happened there?
understand what you're saying?
Because I have a chewing mouth.
Oh.
What happened there? Interesting. It's weird. A lot of weird things going on, man.
But I'm not chirping Canada. I absolutely love
you can chirp Canada. It's all good.
No, I loved it up there.
It might be the 51st state anyway, according to Trump.
He's trying to take over Greenland now too.
Well, why wouldn't you? They tried to do that back in the 1800s, late 1800s. A lot of material there. Why not? You're not taking it over. You'll buy them out.
And
everybody's got a prize.
And then what happens?
Well, you could put a military base there, so Russia doesn't fucking invade us.
How big is Greenland?
Gigantic.
Really?
Yes, a lot of resources, but there's no one there. Very poor.
So what? No, so no one lives there.
Yeah, there's not many.
And so they would become Americans.
No, you would just. I would say no.
Mm-hmm.
I would say no. They could have their own, but you would have a military base there just so you can be in control of that area. So it's easier to get to Europe and Russia and whatnot.
What did you think?
Trump's trolling everybody.
Of the Cybertruck explosion in front of Trump Tower.
That's a weird one too, man.
Because you also had the New Orleans attack with the white pickup truck.
Well, that's like
were they connected?
Fort Bragg.
Were they connected or no?
No. Fort Bragg is a different story, though. A lot of weird things happen in Fort Bragg. A lot of Americans are getting indoctrinated with terrorism. It's very odd. You see this a lot, and a lot of them are military, and a lot of them come from Fort Bragg, which is weird too.
Is that where these two came from?
Yeah, and it's weird. It's just there's a lot of connection. You really have to sit back and like look at everything, man. There's so much. It's hard to have a concrete opinion on anything right now. There's so much weird shit going on. So that is going on. The wildfires are going on. There's just a lot. Trump saying crazy shit.
Oh no.
The Gulf of America.
The what? That's what he's.
You heard that, Maddie? Gulf of America.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Gulf of Mexico. He wants to change. He's just letting everybody know the USA's back. Like, if we want to do things, we could do it. Not in a military way. Not like we're going to take over. Just more like we'll buy you out, or we'll hinder this, and we'll do this. We'll make sure the Americans get the best of whatever.
I think,
and if we do here, it affects Canada great too. Like, if we're built and we're sustained and we're stable and we're making money in the U.S., it helps out America. It helps out everybody. It really, really does.
So the Cybertruck incident, what was Elon doing? He was like helping out the investigators with.
Well, he's like, he knows his cars, and so he's like figuring out, like, did it drive by itself there? Did it do this? Did it do that?
No, they found a body inside that was burnt.
Yeah, no. Did he shoot himself though?
Yes.
You sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, but they saw a video of him right when it blew up, where he's kind of looking around.
Yeah, but he shot himself, and they think that the gunshot and the noise and the maybe residue or whatever is what ignited the car.
Oh yeah, with the bomb. Oh, so that's you're gonna go off of that to blow it up. It's so odd. I don't believe a fucking thing.
So what
do
you think?
Don't know yet on that one, man. That's a weird one. The girlfriend's coming out. She's talking about this.
Ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlriend, ex-wife. They had a kid coming.
Dude, he left like letters and stuff like that.
About what? And his card was still intact and stuff like that. Everything's fucking
I know. That
bizarre.
Was weird.
I don't believe a goddamn thing about anything. Cybertruck in front of Trump thing, military guy. Odd as fuck. I don't know what to think of it.
Okay.
I don't know what to think about it.
What about the
Maui fires? Or no, I'm sorry. The California fires are a different story, though. There's incompetent people that are hired by DEI bullshit, man. And what are you going to do about the fire department? Well, first we need to be inclusive. That's my number one objective, is to be inclusive. No! Your number one objective should be like, how much fucking water we can get out to fucking put these fires out. How's a brush? around all these wealthy neighborhoods.
Mhm.
How's the brush? Can we clear that out? Can we do things? It's unfucking believable. They couldn't even get fucking water out. You got a goddamn ocean right there. You can't get water out.
Yeah.
All these homes are fucking burning down. It's so fucking odd.
Hey, I don't mean to I don't mean to backtrack too much, but during Cam's sabbatical when he took time off,
time off, I'm working. The fucking boys, man. I wish you were on the road with me.
Although we do that every year anyway. It wasn't like we always.
Oh, the 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Who cares? We do 2 weeks off, man. It is what it is.
Well,
it just wasn't.
We weren't going to put it out on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And let me explain to people also, because, we like to bring quality guests each and every week also. Like, I'm not asking somebody to come on Christmas Eve or something.
I know.
And New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And the studio shuts down. There's a lot of things that factor into it, too.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
I think we apologized enough.
Okay. Just want to make sure. But anyway, one thing that happened, I want to get your take on.
What?
The Patrick Laine situation in Columbus.
Yeah.
Because,
I talked to guys in Columbus about that.
So they're
fucking not happy about it.
No, they're not.
They fuck you. Mental health. Okay. I know you got mental health.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do.
Some people feel like you can use the program for different things.
Yeah.
Not to say that you don't
the mental health program?
Mental health program, substance abuse program. Not to say that you don't have, substance abuse issues or mental health issues. I'm not even suggesting
those are two completely different.
Okay, but I'm using it here. And in an effort to get what you want. And in some cases, if you want to get out of an organization, maybe that is a path some people feel like they can take advantage of.
Could be true.
To get out.
But can I just differentiate the two? If you have a drug abuse or a substance abuse program, you are looked down a completely different way.
Mm-hmm.
You are looked down upon
where mental health is almost like a celebration, right?
That's exactly what I'm saying. If you have, just like I went through all that shit, people look at me like, they don't pump me up. No. You think people are like, Cam, good job. You painkillers,
drug
you're brave.
Abuser.
It's fucking on me. All that shit's on me. You kidding? All that's on me.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff, the substance, they look at people as a whole would look at you like, no, they put you down here. Mm-hmm. The mental health now is like, wait a minute, you chirp me? I have mental health problems.
Yeah.
How dare you say that to me? I have mental health problems. Don't say that to me. If I said, I have drug abuse, you're like, oh, yeah, I know. Get out of here, kid. Yeah. And you walk right by. It's a completely different scenario. Mm-hmm. It totally is. So Patrick Laine, even talking to some people in Columbus, are like, for him to come back and say they didn't want to win. Well, if you don't think they wanted to fucking win, of all the shit fucking Columbus has been through, all the stuff they've been through with fucking Babcock and Elvis Merlinkus and all those guys and Manny Legacy and just all this shit going down. And then now you had mental health, you're the highest paid player, you're doing this, you're doing that. You're like, I can't go. And all of a sudden you go to a different team, you have a little bit of success, and you come back and you're like, yeah, they didn't want to win. That's why I went here. They didn't want to win. And goddamn Zachy Werenski came out and said, what?
Mm-hmm.
We supported you. We supported you every single day. Every day when you came in and you logged, you didn't practice hard, you did this. Yeah. We supported you.
They supported him. But I will say, though, some organizations who lose every year, year after year after year, I bet you some players do get comfortable losing. And they get comfortable in that environment. No one likes losing all the time. But when you lose year after year, it almost becomes expected. And I don't want to say that you accept it, but you know what?
Some guys
There's a reason why some franchises just can't get it together and can't figure it out. But in this particular case, they supported him publicly. They probably did more than you would ever even know, Cam, even privately behind the scenes, what they did to support him. Then they gave him his wishes, which was to be traded. They paid him a shit ton of money. They traded, Pierre-Luc Dubois, who was playing on top of his game really at the time when they made that deal. I didn't think it was a smart trade at the time, even though he wanted out apparently, and he always wants out of wherever he's at.
He's a different story, too. Yeah.
But, that's when they brought in Patrick Laine. And then on top of all that, you look at what they went through just recently with Johnny Gaudreau. So the timing could not have been worse for Patrick Laine to make those comments publicly before he goes back to Columbus. Listen, you're enjoying yourself in Montreal. You're having some personal success. You're back feeling good about your game. You're scoring goals. You're going to go back to Columbus. They paid you a lot of money. Just go back and there's no reason to say anything.
He's not going back.
But no, I'm just saying.
Not this year.
Well, no, he went there. I'm just saying before his comments.
He was hurt.
And they just played, and then he got hurt during the game. They went after him, played him hard during the game, and he didn't even finish the game, Cam.
Yeah. They are not happy there.
Yeah.
By any means.
So, I mean, they knew about the comments before the game. They made his life absolutely miserable during the game. He doesn't finish the game, and then Zach Werenski makes the comments after the game about Patrick Laine, and they canceled the tribute video that they were going to play during the game to recognize him. Some people thought that was petty, but I don't think it was petty. I wouldn't recognize him either if he's going to make those comments. So I thought the timing, it was just done in poor taste, and it wasn't very smart for him to do.
Well, it just shows like his mentality, like where he's thinking,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's the same situation with JT Miller, man, like in terms of, apparently, and, you learn more and more about this stuff, right? And when he came on with us, we talked to him about his relationship with some of his teammates and some of the outbursts he had on the ice. Remember when a goalie didn't come out of the net for the extra attacker? He's slamming his stick. And he talked about a lot about that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So he's admitted that he can be hard on his teammates. Okay. And I think the organization, from what I understand, was getting upset, and they were about to basically ask him to leave on his own. I think he got wind of that and decided, okay, I'm going to get out in front of it, and I'm going to leave on my own. I didn't think Vancouver handled it very well by not saying anything. Then JT Miller comes back and doesn't say, I'm not answering any questions about it. So all it did was provide everyone a reason to speculate as to what was going on. And everyone assumed that he was getting some type of mental health rehabilitation by leaving. And you had media coming out and being celebrating him. I wish more players were like him and took it upon themselves to do what he's doing. And he's a hero. You know what I'm saying?
Hero. We hear that a lot.
He's a hero for what he's doing. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to sit here and say that he's not, but how do you know he's a hero when you don't even know why he left the team? Because I had heard, and I said this on Vancouver radio, that I had heard that he was, he's got a reputation of being really tough on his teammates, and things got sideways and got out of hand, and it led to him stepping away and leaving the team. But we don't know why he stepped away. So you can't call somebody a hero or celebrate somebody for stepping away when you don't have all the information as to why they're stepping away. And now everyone's talking about his relationship with Pettersson and all these issues, and maybe the team is looking to trade Pettersson. We talked about Pettersson earlier in the season too, man. They gave him a ton of money. And he's not living up to his end of the bargain either. So listen, this is another opportunity, I think, for people to learn that, hey, don't assume anything. Wait till you get the information and then react to the information. But don't assume anyone's being a hero or try to celebrate somebody who you think is doing something that's great and for goodwill and all of this when you don't even know why he's not with the team. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I do. I do, buddy. That's
so the radio station put it out on Twitter, and I was just getting absolutely attacked.
You got murdered.
Attacked, and then they took it. They took it down. Actually,
I know. This is weird.
And then what I said actually was
mental health
was pretty accurate, to be honest.
The mental health thing. We all have mental health, man. A lot of people do.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people don't have money that have mental health. It's just
what I said at the time was most people don't have that option just to step away
because
from work.
And you're money doesn't matter. I'm like, well, it does in a way, especially with mental health. You could have therapists and stuff, they cost fucking shit ton
of money. But then
if
you step away from your job and you have a family, you're not getting paid.
You're on the oil rig and you're stepping away. Are you out of your mind? I got mental health problems. They'll be go fuck yourself. We all do.
Mm-hmm.
The people, you think that rig leaders nope, take time off, you're good. No, it doesn't work that way. So anyway, it is what it is. But then when you backtrack and you chirp the team that tried to support you, although they're losing too, and you're like, wow, they have the winning ways or whatever he said. I'm like, oh my God.
But I'd take that JT Miller, man.
Damn right I would. And I'd control him. It's always good to control a monster. Just control him. A monster, and you control that.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy that's I don't do, and try to build him up. It's a big difference.
I just feel like Vancouver, man, even when you feel like they finally have it figured out and it's all good, then there's just more drama, dude. They can't get away. Rick Tocchet, man, he must be like, what the fuck did I walk myself into? Although it's a good situation.
He's been through a lot
good
anyway.
Team, I know, but he's just like, damn, dude. I'd love to sit down with him and get his real
Again?
thoughts
Again,
of what's going
Yeah.
on.
I wonder if
day-
he's more
one day
stressed out
we
now
will.
or more stressed out when he had.
He doesn't seem like he gets very stressed
My
out.
point is like, are you more stressed out as a coach or a GM, or than a fighter that fights 30 times a year, has to fight Dave Brown?
Mm.
You know, like what's more stressful, playing or being a GM or whatever? I'm just curious.
What do you think?
Fighting.
You think being
What
a
do you-
player is more stressful?
Do you want to get
He's scoring goals though too.
timeout? You're still fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to get knocked out, Andy?
But was he?
Wait. Do you want to get knocked out
Mhm.
and choke on your fucking tongue in front of 20,000 people
Mhm.
and set your life back? Or do you want to make a mistake as a GM
Yeah,
and then people chirp you, but you get away from it and you still
but
make
you
money?
can't compare him
Do you wanna
to
get
a
knocked out?
fighter who has to fight to stay in the league.
He fought
He
everybody.
fought because it was part of his game, and
Still in your head.
and he was capable of doing it while also being an impact go-to player every single night who put up points.
That's why he's awesome. But you don't think all these other heavies?
It's not like you where you have to basically probably stick up for your teammates.
I get you.
You know what I
But
mean?
you still he's still playing, and everybody still hates him because he's mean and dirty on the ice. Like he's still got guys chirping you all left and right. You don't think that's in his head, even though he's scoring goals? That fucking this guy wants to fight you, that guy wants to fight you. I don't care if you're a first line guy. You're Rick Tocchet.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just cross checked that guy in the face the other night. This guy wants to kill you. This guy wants to kill you. You don't think that's in his head? Like I'm gonna get
that
knocked
question one day.
out and choke on my tongue in
Mhm.
front of 20,000 people and set my brain back? Or do I want to make a mistake as a GM or a coach?
Mm-hmm. You have to ask him that question, Cam.
What do you think, Andy? Because you've done it all.
Mm-hmm.
So let's tell the people what you think.
I fought Chaser.
You don't want physically, you don't want physical harm.
That one time I fought Chaser.
You don't want physical harm if you could avoid it.
That was stressful.
You fought Chaser? When was that? Was it on YouTube?
The alumni practice.
He hit you hard. And that was the scariest thing you've ever dealt with, besides Bobby and me hitting you.
I addressed all three.
You don't
of them.
want to set your brain back if you can help that.
No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, so you're like slowed down when you're 50, 60.
I bet you being a GM and a head coach
You'll be
in
okay.
a market like Vancouver,
It's stressful, but you'll be okay.
is it stressful or is it annoying? What is it?
It's everything, but you'll be okay.
Yeah.
You're not setting your brain back
No.
with a punch
You
in the
got
temple.
guaranteed money coming through.
You got guaranteed money. You're
And
okay.
Rick Tocchet can walk right back into television any day he wanted to.
Ding, ding, ding.
And make $1 million.
What if you're so fucked up that where you're slowed down and your cheeks sunk because you broke your orbital bone?
Mm-hmm.
That's stressful.
Okay, well, why are you getting all crazy on me?
No, that's reality
Yeah,
because you
okay.
didn't play. Now I'm just explaining to the guys that didn't play.
I didn't have a.
When you
I wasn't a tough. I wasn't.
No, you get a puck to the face.
Mhm.
He's playing he's playing 20 minutes a night or whatever the case is. You have to fight. You have to do this. That's the scariest thing is getting hurt. You know.
Mm-hmm. You
So-
got to fight through that.
We had a plane delay. Everybody's pissed off. Like I get that, but you're not like your cheeks not getting sunk in
Mhm.
because somebody cracked you. So it's all good. You can figure that out if you want.
Punch you in your face right now.
Hey, I gotta
Would
show
you be-
this video
would
of
you
him.
Be stressful.
Shh, do it again. Just do it real quick for the people.
No, because like
Can you? I'll
I don't need to do that right now.
why?
What? Punch your hand?
Yes. What would you do to my face?
Well, I can't.
Just hit it one
I can't
time.
reach you.
Fucking
I
hit it
can't. I
one-
can't. I
hey,
can't. I
one-
can't.
It's been a long day for both of us.
I
Let's
know.
go.
I can't reach
One-
over the table.
Go
right
one
now.
time. One time. God dang, boy.
That's a good.
God
That's a good
da-
punch, though.
If you hit me like that when I'm blindsided,
Yeah.
I'd be like this, bam, like, oh.
Probably so.
I'd be like, whoa, what the heck was that?
Yeah, it's not
You
bad.
know,
It's not a bad.
I
Punch.
know.
Yeah.
No one
It
bad.
wasn't even my hardest punch either.
Ah, God dang.
All right, what do you know about Joy Taylor
Oh, yeah?
from FS1?
It's tough to be a woman.
Okay, so
no, it's tough to be a
describe-
woman.
Explain the whole
Because
situation
she-
because
no, she
Skip Bayless.
I don't know.
She says she claims that he offered her $1.5 million
Oh,
to have that. She was
there's a
sleeping
lot
with a
going
Fox Sports executive before. She's sleeping with other
It's
people.
tough for a woman to get by like that, Andy. Don't criticize her. How dare you? Isn't that
So
funny, though?
how did this all come to light?
She just went through some like funny interviews where she's like, "Oh, it's just, I really have to work extra hard. I do
That's
to
what
be
she
a
was
woman."
saying,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it's so funny. They're all
Okay.
fucking each other. Fox Sports. They're all banging each other. It's one big orgy. We've seen this a million times with all these
Oh
cats
my
anyway.
God.
They act like they're like pure, like it's tough. God, I worked hard, being this, that, and the other. They're all victims. They all do this, and all of a sudden they're all banging each other to get. I get out of here.
When I first started working,
Fuck out of
there
here.
was a
psychos.
Local
act like she's fucking cool.
Sports anchor who had relationships with a number of players, dude, all over.
Oh yeah.
I mean, visiting players coming into town, left and right. You
then
know,
they're like, "Oh God, I worked my way up. I worked my way up to get this job." Oh yeah, yeah, you did.
But the executive, I get it, because he gave her own, you know.
And it's so shady, and they act like they're like so pure and like this is how I did it, and they're all fucking each other. They all do this, they all do that. It's
I don't know
good.
This
happens a lot with a lot of other.
I don't think
Molly
Kernan's like that.
What about Jamel Hill? AB is so goddamn funny on Twitter.
You put Jamel Hill or Joy Taylor today.
It is so fucking funny. I'm sorry. I love fucking AB.
He is so funny.
Goddamn. He raises money for some cool shit too. Like,
does he?
Like he'll fucking chirp, but he'll also be like, "Here, I'm gonna raise money for da da da." But he goes, "Where's Jamal Hill in this situation? No one wanted to bang her."
He didn't say that.
Yes, he did.
Did he say that?
It's the funniest shit ever, man. It's so funny, man.
Okay, but how did this come out?
If you get too high up like these cats, I think they rule the world, and you're like, "I'm gonna pay you to fuck you. I'm gonna do this." Like you're all gonna get fucked over sometime.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them are married. A lot of them have kids. Like the kids,
they were all married, dude. She was married.
Not skipping those guys, but like the kids are like gonna look at this. They're gonna get tortured. Like they don't even know
what kids.
They're fucking kids. Whoever you are, if you do this shit, and I'm crazy too with shit back in the day. Like I get it, man. Like you go through different phases of your life. These people are old. They've been through this fucking game. Boom. They're fucking married. They're doing this. They're doing that. And all of a sudden, like you do all this shit, and like you're like, this might get over, but your kids are gonna get tortured for years and years and years, and they didn't deserve it. They're gonna get tortured because of your stupid actions. Does that make sense?
I guess. I mean, that's not how I'm taking it.
How are you taking it?
I just think it's like the environment, I think, is just shady for a lot of people.
Yeah, I know.
And a lot of individuals, male or female, will do shady shit in an effort to improve their...
Yeah, but they all have power. You're acting like somebody's like downtrodden. They're all even power, man. That girl's fucking powerful as shit. Skip Bayless is powerful. They're all powerful. You're acting like somebody's downtrodden and they had to work away.
Yeah, but
they all fucking did their thing.
Remember, what's his name? Like when all this was going down, everybody was being canceled, but you know, Matt Lauer and all that stuff. You know?
Matt Lauer.
Like they all had power, right?
They all do.
Don't you think
they all do what they can to get more power, just like politicians?
You don't think executives, rich executives in the 80s were having relations with secretaries and whatnot?
Sure, he chirped them too.
It's not new.
No, no one said it was.
So why did this come about? How did this come about?
Hairdresser?
So the hairdresser
got fucking tortured. Poor girl. My God.
She's the one who came out, and who's she suing?
I don't know. A lot of guys, man. They all fucking tortured her. She must be really good looking. You know, she's like, this guy did this. I mean, like, it is what it is.
Remember NFL Network? All those players were getting fired
they all
left and right.
Sexually harassed everybody.
And they were like...
Because they all think they walk on water.
All the players were like, they're all getting fired.
I got 3 Super Bowls. I'm going to do this and that.
Right.
No, it doesn't work that way, man.
What about these executives? I kind of like it when these executives get outed for that.
You know, you weirdo.
Like what? Like you're giving her a job over more qualified people just because she's sleeping with you on the side.
That goes on in a lot of things.
I know it does, dude. Christopher Stieg, man, he's cool. He's cool as shit too.
Yeah,
we had him on.
Yep.
That's what I love about going to these youth hockey tournaments, dude. Like you run into so many former NHLers who have kids and stuff like that.
That's why I like going on these road trips. You know, talk to all kinds of different guys.
If I had one game, played one game.
If only you played one game, you were this close.
So close.
But yet you think that
who says that
you were just close as you had one game.
No.
You had so many different steps to go. Andy.
Yeah, I know.
Like you really did.
So many steps to go.
Like when did you quit?
I still haven't quit.
Oh, you're still in the game,
it's
baby.
Let's
go. Andy's still in the fucking game.
It's
Let's
not
go.
over.
Let's go.
Don't ever stop believing.
We need to put a tournament on.
Let's do it.
Me and you, the Cam Strick tournament.
Let's do it.
in St. Louis or something.
Cam says that. And I tell Cam, you got to like post on Instagram and do stuff. And then he'll be like,
No, I'll be out there and fucking do it.
Okay.
That's why you get invited to all these goddamn things. I know how to do it.
Okay.
You might have to be the one that do the logistics. That's kind of how. Are you the one that's going to play and be the guy that brings people in, or
interview people?
Andy's the interviewer. Man, I'm glad I'm home though. I haven't seen my
what's
puppies
Kate
in 5
making
days.
for dinner tonight?
She made dinner the last 2 nights because she thought I was going to be home.
Oh, so you're going to have some leftovers then?
No.
Oh, probably.
No, she threw all that away.
Threw it away?
Yeah.
Can't do that.
I know. She did. For sure.
Marty Brodeur came in and he sat with us. This was before Christmas, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. We haven't been around in a
it
long
was
time,
before
man.
Christmas.
Sucks.
So we're glad to be back, dude. 2025 is going to be an amazing year. We've got so much great stuff coming up. And I'm looking forward to this. This was a great conversation. We had Marty on a long time ago, one of our first interviews we ever did at the Chemistry Podcast. And we actually did him in person then, too.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on video, and this conversation is way different. So with our boys here at Half Coast Studios, man. So as always, the Cam and Strick Podcast is brought to you by First Form and firstform.com. Use our link, firstform.com/Cam and Strick Cam. I've been all over the protein sticks. Can you tell? I'm probably looking more healthy, do you think?
You look the same.
Yeah. Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is good.
I'm doing the multi-factor on a daily basis.
That's what I do. I got these right here, babe.
The protein sticks, the protein bars, the level 1 protein shakes, dude. I'm doing it all.
Haven't even gone home yet. I got all this stuff still.
Mm-hmm. You should be eating that while you're gone.
I do, man.
Yeah.
I bring like 50 of them.
Okay, good.
And all the vitamins.
So download that link or use our link and get yourself going for 2025, man. Move in the right direction.
That's right.
Be healthy here in 2025.
Before the summertime comes. So when you start now, you'll know that a big difference.
It's an investment into your body.
When you're like, oh, March is hitting, late March.
No, it's too late.
And, like people are going to invite you down somewhere and you're going to be like, oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
You take your shirt off. You're like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to be like Andy where you keep your shirt on in the pool. Not good. Don't do that.
It'll be interesting to see what happens
I'm so out of
Trent. The Bruins are like out of it.
They're out of it.
It'll be interesting to see where Trent goes.
Should come hear him. How about that Matthew Olivier? Can I give him a shout out?
Dude, he scores goals.
Hold on.
Man.
I watched that kid. I'm like, okay, he's playing. I thought he was going to go Tyler Tucker. He did. They both fell. But he was out there at the very end of the game. He played a lot of minutes.
Mm-hmm. Scored the empty netter.
Like, you're out the end of the game. Like, okay. Made some good plays. He's not very quick, but he's good.
Yeah.
He's 27,
Tyler
28.
Tucker, man, he's playing well, too.
He is. He
played really well last night. Didn't play much, but he played well.
He hit a couple guys.
Hit the
Zach Bogosian played good the other night. I got to give him a shout out.
Zach's funny,
I talked to him after the game. He's so fucking cool. Zach Bogosian, a little shout out, baby. Played like last 3 minutes of the game. He's going back and forth, hitting guys, blocking shots, doing this, getting pucks out, icing the puck.
Scored a goal, too.
He scored a goal at the very beginning. Kept the boys going. The team going. Him actually and John Merrill, 2 defensemen scored right off the bat.
They had 3 defensemen score in the game.
So Zach boys, they're literally dumping the puck in, icing it at the end of the game, and he's just blocking shots, hitting guys, blowing over Pavel Buchnevich, doing this, doing that. I'm like, Jesus Christ. It was a 2-3 minute shift of just nonstop.
He chased around Pavel Buchnevich. He was going to get him.
They were hounding them, passing back and forth, ripping pucks.
You think it's a good team?
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. They're missing 2 superstars.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine?
And they lost Faber during the game, so they're gonna.
Yeah, they did.
They're gonna catch Winnipeg, dude. I think.
Maybe.
They had a little bit of a lull there where they were losing games, and now they're right back in it, man. That's gonna be interesting to see how that. I think finishing first in any division is important, man. You don't want to. Those 2-3 matchups are just too difficult. So we'll have lots to talk about. Illinois Recovery Center, Cam. IRC.
Swansea, Illinois. Chrissy, Texas.
Oh boy, Chrissy's been at every game, dude. He's coming to every game.
He is. He's doing damn good work. Him and Eric Conley over there in Swansea, Illinois. Check it out. And I tell you what, man, everybody knows, and especially after the holidays, everybody tries to go through a dry January or whatever the case is. You have it over in Swansea, Illinois. They'll take care of you. Chrissy and Eric, they do damn good work in Swansea, Illinois, baby.
No doubt. Hat Launch and hatlaunch.com, IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com, by the way. You want to get a hold of anybody, let us know. Now is obviously a great time always a clean, beautiful bed waiting for you, man. And, you know, people who have gone to this facility, who have been to other facilities, they talk about how this is the most incredible facility they've ever been to. And I ask why, and they say because they truly care about you.
They do. A lot of guys do.
They
Yeah,
truly
all the
they
patients-
care about you. Other places, they don't really care. This place, they actually care about your well-being.
I've seen that firsthand.
And they get to know you, yeah. Hat Launch and hatlaunch.com, man. Give a shout out to Danny Boy and Jordan, the whole crew over there. I think we may be doing another video coming up soon with Hat Launch, which we look forward to doing, man. Hat Launch and hatlaunch.com. They made this hat. You like that hat?
Yeah,
Hat Launch made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They made it for our boys going out to Toronto to play in the tournament. So it was, dude, they just.
How many more tournaments you got going?
This year?
God damn, boy.
There's a lot more to go,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Honestly. Even my daughter's got like 3 or 4 more trips. It just doesn't stop.
You're a busy boy.
Doesn't stop. But yeah, no, we've got a couple more going. No more in Canada. Although I got to go back to Canada in May. But I don't mind it. It's all good. Why do you ask?
Well, he's 8 years old.
I know.
You know. He's fucking 8. I didn't even start playing until I was 8. And he's in fucking every tournament
I don't
possible.
think you started playing until you were 10, you said.
No, I didn't play until I was like 10 or 11. I
Yeah.
was playing 10 roller
You weren't
hockey.
playing at 8.
No, I was playing at like 11.
And I know there's stories like Ed Jovanovski and some of these guys who didn't start playing until they were 10. I would say, though, Cam, you're not going to hear many of
Not
those
anymore.
stories ever again,
Not
dude.
anymore, homeboy.
You know what I'm saying?
I get you on that.
Like, it's just not realistic anymore.
I know. You got to do it. If I'm you, Andy, could you imagine if I had a kid that was competitive like yours? I'd be everywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be a hypocrite.
No, you can't be.
I pumped your fucking tire.
And, dude,
I love Ty, and he's doing good, man.
I was, you know, talking to Nathan Gerby and
know.
Chris Versteeg and all these
I
guys who are
know.
different spots who are bringing kids up there. Tim Kennedy, remember him?
Yep. Yes.
He was coaching the Buffalo team we played.
Yeah.
So
I love when you post pictures. It puts a smile on my face.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I swear to God. It does.
you put a smile on your face.
Because I remember doing that as a kid too.
Mhm.
A little later age, but like just being at those restaurants with all the kids, you're taking pictures and a lot. I don't know. I like it, man. I do. But it's hardcore.
and
We're fucking
representing
gone.
St. Louis hockey.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. And it's gonna get hardcore, more hardcore,
Oh, yeah.
more hardcore. You know, right now they're 8. Like no one, you win a tournament, no one's gonna be like, God dang.
No, but
Their
I'll
Ty's
give my
one-
wife a lot of credit, dude, because
Yeah.
like, she does a lot of the shit by herself, man, which a lot of wives, moms just could not do.
No, a lot of them do that.
But they don't. It's like you don't. I mean, like she going to Toronto and like driving around Toronto, renting a car and doing all that on her own, man.
My
It's
mom
not-
did that, and
Yeah.
I hated it
Oh, Ty hates it too.
I
He's like,
hate
she
it.
gets lost everywhere.
everywhere, and they all laugh because she's with another
Yeah.
mom.
Dude,
you
it
know?
was
It's so bad.
this.
I-
Everything was in kilometers, dude.
I love my mom.
Everything was in kilometers. She was like, "What?"
Oh
the fuck?
Jesus, Murphy! You gotta tell her that, man.
I did tell her.
That's funny. She's in kilometers.
Oh yeah, it's all in kilometers. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The speed limit. She's going on. It's like speed limit's 100.
Let's go down this alleyway and ask directions. You know.
I know. Hat Launch and
It's all
hatlaunch.com, America's #1 source for customized hats. If you've got a sports team, a business, anything, get your custom hat made from Hat Launch. Hatlaunch.com, man. Tell them we sent you. Quick turnaround, too.
Yeah.
They turn these things around
Damn
so
right.
fast.
Damn
They
right.
got an unbelievable facility. And you'll save a lot of money, which is the most important thing. Sparks and Sparks Hockey, man. SparksHockey.com. Get a Sparks. You know how many times my kids Ty needed to get his skates sharpened?
Oh my God! How many times?
None. The whole tournament. He went and had Sparks sharpened his skates
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine throughout the entire tournament.
Yeah, but if you step on a screw
That would be
and they
bad.
have that with you, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, yeah.
So you got lucky there.
Yes.
Because most tournaments, kids like step on shit.
Usually somebody brings a Sparks.
That's
And
what I
they
mean.
set it up outside
Yeah.
the locker room
Yeah.
and you can, sharpen skates and whatnot.
Yeah.
So get a Sparks, dude. It's the best way to. I mean, if you don't, what are you risking?
Well, you're gonna devalue yourself. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, you're gonna vote. You're gonna. Yeah.
Yeah. This gives a 10. Now he's a 6.
Stay away from Seth, who works at the hockey shop, who's doing very weird things behind
Yeah.
the scenes. Go ahead and get a Sparks. Take your skate sharpening in your own hands. Use the promo code Cam and Strick. You're going to save more money than Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Dang right.
That's a pretty good deal. How's your energy right now?
Terrible. I am fucking exhausted.
Hey,
man.
Blue Note Roofing, man. I saw David Novak at the Winter Classic, man. He was having so much fun.
Did you
Loving
see
it.
him?
Oh, yeah. He said you called him and asked him, he does roofing, soffit, fascia,
Yeah.
gutters, and windows. Cam asked for his phone number because he wanted to call him about something. And he's like, yeah, Cam wants me to come put up some flower boxes.
Yeah.
Now, that is not roofing. Roofers don't necessarily do that, but he'll do it for you.
No, he doesn't have to do it. Like, have a side
one
project.
of his workers. Yeah.
And I'll tip him out.
Yeah. So you need flower boxes put up?
Yeah, and the little thing on the side of your windows.
Oh, gutter. Are the shutters?
Shutters.
Oh, beautiful. What color are you going to go with?
Dark brown.
Really?
Yeah, for a house.
Oh, no. You already get them and everything?
Yeah, it's all done. So it's
Wow.
all right there. So
he's going to come. Oh, he'll take care of it.
I don't want him to do it.
He'll have a worker come take care of it.
And I'll take care of him.
David Novak, though, call him. And again, I always point this out because apparently insurance companies will not pay for your new roof if it's more than like 10 years old.
Yeah.
So check out the age of your roof. And if you feel like you're going to need new roofing, don't wait, because then all of a sudden you're going to be paying out of pocket.
And hail damage.
Let David Novak come and give you that estimate. 314-920-5713. 314-920-5713. Blue Note Roofing, man. Look for that yellow truck with the blue notes all over it. Can't miss it.
Lovely.
Cam at Bellman, you get no.
Swinging dicks.
Say Happy New Year to everybody over at Bellman,
Love you guys.
baby.
Troy, Missouri. What's up, baby? Let's go. Let's go. Wonder how much snow they got up there.
Probably a lot.
A little bit more north than here.
More?
It's north of here.
Oh, okay.
Troy, Missouri.
So does that mean you get more?
Yeah, usually. So more snow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the ice.
Yeah.
The ice was.
Is that what scares you?
Ice does.
Yeah. The black ice. You got to watch out for that.
Excuse me?
Black ice. You got to watch out for that.
Yeah.
Buick GMC on one side of the street. On the other side is Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Cam.
I might need a new truck.
Well, you're looking for a Jeep. Pink Jeep, small wheels, 2-door.
I want a truck. Always want a truck.
Pink, flames on the side.
Even if there's
soft top, there's nothing wrong with that.
One ice storm a year, I still want a truck.
Okay.
In my house.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Just have a truck, just to have one.
Yeah.
Not yours, like a different. Trade it in.
Just
dude.
have one. Just have a truck.
Trade it in. They'll take used cars too over there at Bellman, man. They're the best. Our first sponsor ever, Bellman. Still with us.
Love you guys. What's up, baby?
We
Troy, Missouri. Let's go.
Say hi to Danny boy.
Danny, what up? Dale. Kenny. God damn it. I'm glad you guys had a Happy New Year, all you guys.
Marty Brodeur. Is he the greatest goaltender ever?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, him and Patrick Waugh.
Yeah.
I mean, they're right there.
So, and Dominic Hasek.
Yeah, I think Marty and Patrick are there. And then maybe
Hasek right there. Hasek won.
Marty's one of the best.
Stanley Cup
with Detroit.
He won
but he was fantastic.
Business,
he was fantastic.
And he won an Olympic gold medal, right?
Yeah. So did Marty. A couple, maybe.
How did Canada react when they lost to Czechia back then? With the Olympic team?
Bad.
When Wayne Gretzky didn't.
Oh my God.
Was it that one? Was it that?
Was
Olympics?
it Czechia?
I think so. Hasek.
Yeah. Bad, man.
He's very opinionated on Twitter about the war and everything.
I know. Like, get him on.
The girl who checked me into the hotel was from Ukraine. We talked all about it, her family and everything.
I know.
So
I met a couple of those too.
Did you?
Yeah.
A couple of those. Why you have to talk like
Ukrainians?
That? Oh, Ukrainians. Yeah.
They're either brothers in the war.
Yeah.
So how about this? We settle it. How about we don't have a war anymore?
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Cam needs an energy drink. We're going to get him one from First Form.
Out of it.
And we'll see you after the interview here on The Close, baby. Hope you enjoy Marty Brodeur on the Cam and Strick Podcast. The Cam and Strick Podcast is brought to you by First Form, baby. Use our link and do it today. www.firstform.com/camandstrick.
Get jacked now. They are the real deal.
Get that protein, check out the apparel, eat those bars, and drink those energy drinks. Firstform.com/camandstrick.
Yeah.
Now on to the interview. Welcome back, Marty.
Yeah,
all right, thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's been a while.
You keep working hard. You can have one of these one day.
Okay. You stole my line again. Well, we used to say that when we were at all kinds of different. We were at the Normal Brand. We had him on.
Yeah, but we had an office that was like it wasn't. It was
nice.
It was a great spot and like right there in Clayton, like great location and everything. But it was not like the most like luxurious spot. So we used to tell people that when they'd come in. So.
You keep working hard, you might be able to afford something like this. $300 a month. So what have you been doing, man?
Nothing. Well, nothing. Nothing and a lot at the same time.
Yeah.
Obviously, I still work. So I'm in New Jersey. So like I'm a vice president of hockey operation for the Devils for the last 4 seasons now. So yeah, a lot of traveling back and forth. Still make home St. Louis. We love it here, but my heart is in New Jersey for the hockey part anyway. So it's been great, but a lot of traveling.
It's so crazy, man. I remember when I found out you were going to sign with the Blues. And it like didn't even make sense at the time. You're like, wow, but Marty Brodeur's coming to St. Louis, and like now you're still living here. You never left. I mean, so like reflecting on that decision, like it's been a great family decision too.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect it either. I came in here for a cup of coffee, 2 months of hockey, and next thing you know, like Doug Armstrong was nice enough to say, hey, stick around for the rest of the season, see where that's going to bring us, and I was going to move back to Jersey. To Florida right after though.
Yeah.
And now I'm still in St. Louis. It's been great. I think my family really enjoys it. I enjoyed it also. The people, the area, the golf courses. Being in the middle of the country, for me to travel everywhere I need to travel, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Small airport. Even though sometimes it gets busy, but it's never like Newark. So it's been good. It's been a good. It's almost 10 years now. So
no traffic.
My
son plays in
comparison.
He plays in Afton, and trust
well,
me, at 5 o'clock down
270.
They'll get you.
I know.
Fun.
I know.
They'll get you.
But in comparison,
oh yeah, for sure. That's can't
Nothing
even compare
close.
that. Right?
Jersey going down to Newark sometimes, like it's not far, 6 miles or whatever it is from West Orange. It could take you 10 minutes or an hour and a half.
Yeah, exactly.
Any time of the day.
what is a vice president of hockey? What do they do?
What are you doing?
Are you scouting? Are you watching hockey 24/7? Are you filing reports? What are you doing?
All of the above. I think mostly for me, it's really kind of helping out Tom Fitzgerald. Kind of being his guy that when he has something going on, he's going to talk to me about it. I control like all the goalie department. I kind of created that 4 years ago, so I got to hire all my goalie coaches in Utica for a farm team at the NHL level. Goalie scouts, goalie development guys, and I kind of run the program whenever they have questions, whenever contract negotiation are going on. I try to help Tom to kind of figure out everything. And again, I assist everybody.
Yeah.
I was on the business side, so still to this day, I'm going to talk to these guys. Kind of being in New Jersey for so long, I know what the fan base like, what they want. At the end there, like before I moved to the hockey, I was, fortunate enough they asked me to design that third jersey, and so I went into a different world with marketing and designers and stuff, and got the jersey done.
Which one is that? Which one?
Jersey,
Oh, that
jersey,
says
baby.
Jersey.
Yeah,
you
Jersey
designed that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
So we went in, and it was a lot of work, but it was fun. The whole theme was about Jersey. Like nobody's from New Jersey, everybody's from Jersey.
Yeah.
And so we kind of try to hit that, and next thing you know, it went the hat,
Yes.
the car.
It all spun our
It
ass.
spun off. And
Yeah.
we didn't expect that one, but it was kind of a fun thing.
That's great. No, I did see that, and it's kind of spin around. All Barstool picked it up and all that stuff. So, but like, what's your day to day? So, like, when you get up, like on a busy day, like, what are you doing?
Well, usually busy days are the game days, so I'm gonna just show up to the rink probably around 10 o'clock. Skates at 10:30. So we're probably gonna meet up depending on who's in town. A lot of it we have. Some of our scouts, AGMs, other people are coming in, kind of sit with them. Like Andy Green now works for us.
Yeah.
So I sit with him for morning skate, kind of talk hockey a little bit. Listen, it's not that tough. That's the job.
Have your coffee. Shoot the shit.
Yeah. It's
of
just,
course.
you sit there, just hang, talk hockey, and try to figure out what's wrong or what's good with our team, and
Yeah.
kind of address it. After that, I could meet with the coaches, meet with my goalie coach, every single day, spend a lot of time with him. He's a really passionate guy, a guy that used to work for the Blues that kind of took him out of the position and give him a better position in New Jersey. So he's been great. But this is what I'm going to do in the mornings and stuff. And after that, we have a little downtime. Sometimes we have like a office skate. And so we go in and I play forward.
I was going to say, you're not playing goalie.
I'm way too competitive. I don't want to get
You're
hurt
not putting the
anymore.
pads on.
No
No.
way, dude.
And after that, it's game time. You
Yep.
just go in and say hi to people. Like go down to our suite down there that we have like a private restaurant for our biggest clients and stuff, and just kind of hang
Mingle.
out, mingle, and say
Do you
hi.
go on the road a lot?
You know what? Out of 41 game now, I probably hit 25.
Okay,
but
that's
I'm
pretty good.
at least a good 35 to 40, maybe not to 40, but
Travel's easy there.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
It's nice.
It's great. And you know what? That it's the one of the things that when I got in the hockey side, like we have a free agency packet you send out, and these are one of the things. Hey, like you play New York Rangers, you're in bed at 11:15 if you really want to.
Yes.
You play Long Island. After you get there, a lot of traffic. But when you come back at 11 o'clock, it's an hour back home. It's an hour and a half to go to Philly. The airport is
In
10 minutes
Pittsburgh,
away.
like,
I know. I was talking to Monty about that last
Yeah.
night when he was in Boston, just how easy the travel was in comparison to what it's been since he came here. But so Tom Fitzgerald, man, he's got all the day-to-day real stresses, negotiations, sending guys up and down, dealing with all that type of stuff, right? So you do you have to deal with that day-to-day stuff that like a general manager has to deal with as well? No.
No,
Okay, that's perfect.
it's pretty, like I said, it's pretty laid back. Obviously, like I'm aware of everything that's going on, and there's questions.
Yeah.
Like the other day, like Jake kind of had a little tweak. Our third goalie Nico Dawes was injured, and so we had to call up our fourth goalie. And he got healthy, and we called him back, and so I'm dealing with that stuff. And Jake decided that he's good, so we called back. The kid, drove 3.5 hours for one practice and went right back.
Oh my God.
That
But
happens.
it happens. But
Go say hey to
it's a
guys.
day. It's a day of NHL pay for
Yeah,
him.
exactly. I saw
and
that.
it all
I'll take
counts.
that.
That happened to a Blues defenseman this year. They called up Leo Luth, who's never
Yep.
played an NHL game. They brought him up. I think he was here for one day, and they sent him back. But when you're working with Army in here in St. Louis, like, what did you learn that you wanted to do versus what you didn't want to do? Like, do you have GM aspirations, or are you doing exactly what you want to do?
I'm doing exactly what I want to do for now. I'm not saying it's not going to change in the future, but right now I'm enjoying like seeing Max and be able to have the flexibility in my life to be able to go to Florida to go see my son Anthony in Florida, or the day I went to see Annabelle play field hockey at Wake Forest. When you do a job like that, there's not much flexibility. You really have to be on the ball every single day because it's moving quickly. Injuries happens, contract decision happens, the up and down, sending guys. And after that, it's, the hockey players are the hockey players, but we have a staff of over, 50 scouts.
Yeah.
From amateur to pro, and there's always somebody's up for a contract, like you have to monitor what they do, like read the reports, and there's a lot of things. And I'm not ready to just jump in there yet. I have as a 15-year-old kid at home just playing hockey, start, high school. So I gotta, regulate, the mom and the son at home because there's a lot of fighting going on. So it is what it is, but it's been good. I got no complaint on my part, that's for sure.
Did you see the who was that? E-Bug? Was that in Ottawa?
In Ottawa, he's
running
through the
running
snow.
through the streets. If push came to shove, would you be like, God, E-Bug can't get here. I got to put my shit on it.
I'm
do
not
my
allowed
thing."
to.
Okay.
Didn't that
It's a
almost
rule.
happen though in St. Louis?
Yeah, that's before they put the rules in.
So
You
what
cannot be
happened?
employed.
He made a lot of rules in the NHL.
Yeah,
I know
you
you
can't-
did. Yeah, but come on, Marty. We want to have some fun around here. You should be able to play. Goalies should be able to play the puck anywhere. Like, come on.
Yeah,
man.
no
exactly.
shit.
You like the trapezoid? You say get rid of it.
They should get rid of it now, but I don't know. I didn't mind it. Like people always say, "Oh, they did it because of you." I'm like, I thought they helped me. It helped me be more legit about my game because sometimes I was just wandering and make mistakes in the corner. Now I'm like, hey, I can't go.
You were toe dragging guys in the corner.
You're like, now it's like, whatever. I just won't make the
my old thing about the trapezoid. It was like because they decided like it was a bunch of rules together. They started taking they took the red line away. So for me, it was a better option to be able to spring guys on breakaways at the blue line. So I didn't mind that. Like I had enough hockey sense to be able to see a dump in if it was not going to get in the trapezoid to be able to get out in front of the goal line and make a play. What I hated the most is like me making a bad decision and the puck would go in the trapezoid and one of my defensemen would get run over because there was no hooking, there was no grabbing, interference. And that's what I felt worse because I know the mistake. I'm like, oh my God, Daniel's going to get hit. Oh, Daniel wasn't playing, but like one of our top defensemen is going to get hit. And I'm like, you feel like hopeless. Before I played the puck because, I was good at it and everybody knew what I was doing. And I really helped like the transition. And sometimes like you have to be on the ball with the trapezoid. And I think the rule is okay. But I think right now goalies are they don't play the puck as much, so I think they should take that.
I like
away.
when goalies play the puck. It's interesting.
Oh, I do too.
I know.
When guys like, even like Ben Bishop will get around
Yeah.
and play the puck. I mean, like you don't see too many. I will say, like Joel Hofer, for example, here in St. Louis, for a young guy, plays the puck pretty well. And Jordan Binnington is
Excellent.
really
Yeah.
good. And Jake
Yeah.
Allen, who you have there, is a good goaltender who can play the puck. How's Markstrom? Is that his strength or no?
Well, last night he did okay.
Yeah.
We're always a little nervous when he gets out, but actually he wants to do it, and
Yeah.
that's for a goalie that wants to play the puck. It's all about decision making.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know what you're going to do with the puck. Like, you just can't get to the puck and say, "Hey, what am I going to do with it?"
Yeah.
So when you look at goalies that play the puck really well, you could tell they have a great hockey sense. And like Markstrom's been really good. Like I think so far this year, after 35 games or so, maybe we have one mistake that counted for a goal on our team.
That was
By a
caused by the goalie.
Yeah,
You see a lot of
that was it.
You see some goals being scored by some goalies too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
always nice.
Yeah.
That's always a plus for a goalie.
Did you
Pretty
score more
cool.
goals than Cam? I
No.
asked him that this morning.
We already
I think
talked
you
about
had
this.
more career goals than Cam did.
Oh,
No.
I don't know. I haven't
More
really
points.
looked at
We'll do
Cam.
points.
That's got to be an unreal feeling.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. Like,
In
I-
Montreal, or was it in Jersey?
it was in Jersey against Montreal in the
okay.
playoffs. Just perfect situation.
Yeah.
Up by 2 goals. Dave Manson, I don't know what he's thinking. Just kind of. I was a young goalie, so he probably didn't know me. Like,
Yeah.
and he just kind of laid out there and was able to swing it and get it over with, and go over everybody. And the puck was kind of. There was not much pace to the pucks. I was scared that Johnny Mack was going to skate and just touch it and put it in, but he kind of protected it and went in. So it was kind of cool.
You thought he was going to take a cookie from you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, he
You know
would
Johnny
do that.
Mack
He
does
would do
that.
that. Like Michkov
Like
did that the
Michkov
other day
did
to
to,
Konechny.
To Konechny.
I remember when you scored
It was
that.
an accident.
I didn't know.
I didn't know my
Let-
stick was
let it go
there.
But you jumped up, and your jersey kind of came up, and I'm like, he's got no shoulder pads on. Like, your shoulder pads are so tiny, I felt like at the time.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
You had nothing right here.
I had my ribs took a beating. Put it this
Really?
way.
Look at that clip. It
And
was crazy.
I didn't
remember.
tuck my
No.
my chest protector inside my pants, so it was really loose. So when I moved around, like sometimes on deflections,
Mhm.
you know what? For me, it was just being comfortable.
Yeah.
I'd rather be able to move freely than being protected, because I figured I was going to stop the puck the way I want it. I was not going to hit by the puck like goalies do now.
Mhm.
They get in position and they just kind of block everything. Me, I'll use my hands a lot and I kind of absorb most of the shots. So, but trust me, at the end, it's like it got old. I'm like,
You got some big ones in the
yeah,
end.
I got big ones, and every time
Yeah.
I got hurt somewhere, I was like, one more padding.
Yeah.
But I didn't like to change.
Mhm.
So I played, the one that you see, I played, see on that clip, like I played maybe for 10 years. And after that, I got another one. And the last one, I went to training camp, and I was like kids are starting shooting pucks higher, and you get in the shoulders. I'm like, all right, I got to find something.
Yeah.
In the neck and fucking practice.
Oh, like with the collarbone. It's just all the scars I got here. And so I told my trainer, I go, find me a used arm and chest protector. Like, just call all the companies, and whoever goalie that didn't like his and sent it back, but they used it, I want to take a look at it. And I got Pecorini's chest and arm protector that was slightly used, and that's the only one I was able to. And I played the rest of my career. I still have it now. If I do play it, this is the one I'm going to wear.
That's the one you'll wear. You'll put
Yeah.
that one on.
Yeah.
What do you think of goaltending right now across the board in the NHL? Is it like as good as it's ever been? Like, how do you look at it?
Well, I think the position is a lot more difficult than
Mhm.
back then. I
Mhm.
think the players are so more the skill of the players, the speed of the shot, the speed of the game.
Everyone can shoot, man.
Everyone can
Yeah.
shoot. The sticks will do that, and again, they work at it a lot more.
Yeah.
Like all the skill coach and like all the attention to details in hockey. So we played hockey because we had fun.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are playing hockey; it's their job, and they're there. And there's one reason why they're there, like nutrition. Like they do the skill coach. I mean, guys would spend over $100,000 over the summer just to get ready for the next season.
And that's just for
My
Adam Oates.
$100,000, they would
Yeah,
have been
yeah.
on private
That's 1 week
plane
with
and
Adam Oates.
vacation
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Florida or
Yeah.
the Caribbean.
Yeah,
See, that's why we're going
exactly.
to spend that money. So it's so different. it's just a lot more demanding as a goalie,
Yeah.
and you see why they can't play 70 games like I used to.
But did you see like who did Reinhardt score on the other day? Like from the corner.
Yeah, hit him off the head.
Well, the style of goaltending is I'm not a big fan of.
Okay, I was
There's-
gonna ask
there's
you
a
about
lot
that.
of guys
Is that
are
the
bigger.
RVH right there? Is
Yeah,
that...
the RVH, and at one point you got to get up, but like people
Explain that real quick for everybody, because we got people.
Yeah, so the way it is like you want to put your whole body on the post, and so whatever they call it reverse VH. So the way you kind of put your leg against the ice, so everything's protected, and after that you just kind of put there and you put your head like by the post,
Mhm.
and you just hope it doesn't hit that little corner. Like back then, we just stood up and it hit you in the shoulder.
Yeah.
But they go by percentages. Like they're gonna make more save there. But the fact that they're already down gives them the opportunity to be able to slide to the next shot or to pass across,
Mhm.
and they're already in position. Back then, we did everything on our feet to get somewhere. Now they slide on their knees more than anything. Every goalie does it. I get it. Goalies are a lot better at it
Mhm.
than they used to be, but it's still deflating goals. Like when you see a guy behind the net scores on your goalie, when it's 2-1 game or 2-2 game, you're in the playoff game, and they're so robotic about it. And everybody like Jack Hughes comes in and he has nowhere. Like the first thing he looks at your head, and he's gonna shoot right at your face.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I wouldn't like to get shot in my head. Well,
And
you know that I slash guys in practice because they hit me.
I hit you a couple times. And I felt god awful.
And he'll hit it every time. Too.
Yeah, they'll hit.
Jack
I mean, that's
will.
how good they are.
Yeah.
Concuss you. That
For sure.
rocks
Well,
you.
you see Skinner the other day. He took his mask off. Like his ear's gonna ring for like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
half
That's
an
a
hour
concussion,
after
man.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
What's the toughest save for a goalie to make? Like I always tell my son, like they all try to go bar down. Every time they shoot the puck, they want to go high. I see Kyrou score last night, on a puck at Markstrom's feet. Just kind of threw it at his feet, whatever, it goes in. Like, is that a more difficult save to make when it's at your feet like that versus, trying to go high and hit that spot all the time?
No, if you don't cheat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that Markstrom cheated.
It
last
probably,
night.
probably surprised him a little bit.
Yeah, because there was two guys in front.
Yeah.
He probably thought it was more of a pass than a shot, and Kyrou kind of shoot it pretty hard at it, probably for a rebound more than scoring. I think for me, like right now, like mostly the goalies, because they want to block every shot.
Mm-hmm.
They don't use their hands much, so they don't catch and block shots. Like Binner's different. Like Binner's more a little old school. He does make saves. He's gonna go to a split once in a while. Last night he tried to make a poke check.
Mm-hmm.
Like he does a lot of things outside the box, and I think that's what makes him a good goalie, and that's what makes any goalie good when nobody expects you to do something. But right now, I think the common goal is really like at the bottom of their glove, because they want to stab at everything. Back then, we used to catch a puck and you catch it and you went back with the puck.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you look at guys are stabbing at pucks. So when the puck goes under their glove, it's really hard to get there. Whereas back then, we hold our glove a little lower, kind of give up a little bit of the glove side on top and make that reaction up. So you don't see that happen. But to me, it's that shot low glove right over the pad. Back then, it used to be on the blocker,
Mm-hmm.
but now that they don't move their hands, that part of the net is not available for shooters. So but the low glove is, so it's kind of switched a little bit in the past years.
I saw that from Jonathan Quick the other day. Like he got scored on a couple times. He's more of an old school guy. His glove isn't as high. He keeps his glove a little bit lower. And he got beat. over
You
his
would
glove,
you would give the guy kind of do this little
to bait him.
bait him a little
for
bit, like
sure.
what's up, and then they try to go time. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
What's
little
up, what's
false
up?
He's like, "What's
information.
up?
Little
Come on."
false,
Yeah,
little false
all right.
information.
Yeah. Did you see Celebrini's goal last night?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Backhand. He just kind of surprised. I'll have to show it to you. We have to break that down live here on the podcast with the greatest goalie of all time.
Celebrini.
Break down Celebrini. He
He's a
probably
hell
would
of a
love that.
player.
Yeah,
But he
it's
just
pretty
ha-
impressive
he's
at
so
that
good.
age.
Like,
These kids are
flying around,
it's
dude.
amazing.
Like, should this
He hasn't
go
pucked the
in
whole
or
game.
should it not go in? Like, I mean,
Alright.
it's like he's really surprised. I mean, it was a hell of a play. Like, he
Get
surprised
this
the
set up,
goalie.
Andy. Don't waste
Yeah,
his time.
no, I'm gonna ask
done
him.
this-
You got another question? Ask a question.
Well, I wanted to kind of get it. Did you ever do anything with Sapranos?
Not really.
I mean, Kate and I still watch that damn show.
I know,
We
it
just
is-
think
it
of
is- it is so
Jersey,
cool. The only thing I did not do with the Sapranos was let them use my house to shoot an episode.
Oh, they asked to?
So they asked me to get out of my house, give me like $5,000 for the week, and they were gonna take all my furniture out and put all their furniture and do like an episode. And I was in the middle of my career. I was like, well, I didn't really need the $5,000. And
Why do they want to use the house for
I
that?
don't know. They went around our neighborhood, and one of my neighbors accepted it.
Monster.
And I went downstairs when they were filming. Like they asked me if I would just stop by and say hi to the cast. I went down there, spent 10 minutes with these guys. But that's it. But like being from Jersey, the Sapranos, like it was in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like
Hell
regardless
yeah.
of the bars, the restaurants,
Really?
like,
Yes.
everything was right within like 10 miles of where we
Wow.
lived.
Dude, he had a gangster house, man. It looked like a gangster's house. Like,
Really?
yeah, I totally
And
did.
so $5,000.
You should have done that, I'm not gonna lie
They
to
should
you.
have offered you like 100.
You should have been like, give me 50 or whatever.
50 grand, 100 grand, $5,000.
That's a lot of shit. And then, bringing all
that's
your
in the
stuff out.
90s.
Yeah, I know.
So that was
I
like
know.
98, 99 when they first got going.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been cool.
Yeah,
Lou
everybody-
would have been like, what are they doing? You gotta,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Didn't want to get in trouble. Probably that's
Yeah,
why.
but
I
you
said it.
never got in trouble though. Or did you? Because I remember playing with you, man. You always with all the guys. You always did everything. We always had beers on the plane. We did what we had to do. But you just always stayed out of bullshit. I feel like I don't feel like you ever got. I don't know. Like you did everything you could, but you always kind of towed the line perfectly. Or
Well,
did you like?
if
Or
you-
did
no, I
Lou ever
never-
call you in and be like, "Hey, we need to"?
No, I like I said, like when you try to perform at the highest, when you're expected to be the guy all the time, there's things you do and there's other things you don't, and for me, like the sacrifice of going out, and I always told Lou or anybody around, like my wife, I'm like, I gotta hang out with the guys. And my dad, like one time told me, he goes, everybody needs to love you on your team because you know what? If they turn on you, you're the goalie. It's not a good thing. You want to make sure everybody's there. It's going to play balls out for you. And that was just the attitude. I wanted to make sure. Always try to pay dinner for my defenseman because it goes a long way. But this is just the way I approached the game. I wanted to have fun, but at the end of the day, like there was big expectation every time I jumped on the ice.
Yeah.
So what impact did Lou Lamoriello have on you? Like, are you like him at all or no? Like, I mean,
No, he's like my dad.
yeah.
He's such a great person. For me, Lou, like if it wasn't for him, I don't think my career would have went that way. Like like I said, I was good to him, but he was great to me. And in any sense of the word, like for my family life, for my professional life. Both my parents passed. He was a GM in Toronto. Like they're playing in Montreal the night before we have our, the celebration for my mom. He flew back with the team, and 8:00 he was at the parlor just to give him,
Really?
just to say hi and give him his regard. So it's like I said, the man does so many things that people don't know, from the medical part, like the connections that he has that's going to help you in the future, or people that work for him, or even people he doesn't know. Like he's such a great man. And to this day, like I try to talk to him every couple months. Obviously we play the Islanders a lot, so I get to see him in those games. But again, like from us talking, like Jacques Lemaire, we're gonna put him at the Ring of Honor, and so I called him because Jacques works for the Islanders. And so I said, is that going to be okay? And he's, oh my God, like I'm going to come. Like he just wants to be part of everything. And, he's great hockey mind too. Like for him was winning at all costs, regardless of making trades, firing coaches, he had the pulse of the team.
Well, when I ask, like, are you anything like him? I just mean, like, do you adapt any of his, teachings, in terms of how the impact he had on you? Like, do you bring any of that to, how you run
everybody
too.
that I work for, and that's not many people, obviously. Like Doug Armstrong and Tom Fitzgerald. The first question is like, what would Lou do?
Yeah,
That's exactly what I hear. And so by my experience, I'm able to kind of talk. Obviously, the times has changed. We have guys with longer hair and facial hair. Like that wouldn't fly.
Oh, God.
So you would be done right now.
I know. Well, I specifically didn't see him in Pittsburgh because I had a chew in my mouth and long hair. I felt like such a jackass. I feel bad for that, man.
But it's funny. Is it Ron Wilson, the coach? He was in San Jose, and he was coming out of his office, and he was walking towards Lou, and he saw Lou in the distance. He went back, put a suit on, and went to say hi to Lou.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's like Ron and Lou, I guess, goes a long way, and that's just the respect.
Yeah.
And that's
They got the USA Hockey connection and some of that stuff.
and
too.
so it's kind of pretty neat. He's got that
Yeah.
aura about him that he's not a big man, but everybody's scared of him.
Are you surprised he's still working, still managing? Like, how long do you see him?
Not at all.
No. Okay.
Not at all.
Like he'll do this forever.
Jesus.
forever until his health will and he's taking care of himself. He looks great, and he's so sharp. He's just telling me like he's got a nap in the afternoon now. Back then,
Now he does.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, we're napping at 20 years old. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He did fall asleep a couple times on the bus when I was sitting games out, and I'd go on the bus and drop my stuff off.
Can he be on there
He'd be
sleeping?
like, I'd wake him up. No, he's great, man. And like a lot, he is getting older. He's going through a lot. I don't know how he does it. I just don't know. I don't know.
That's
it's such a
impressive.
fucking grind, man.
That's
Even like
impressive.
traveling with the guys, it's tough.
Yeah,
It is a grind.
Sometimes people don't understand. Like the days are long. Like when you're managing, like you don't do anything. Like you get on the road. Like I was talking to Fitzy yesterday, and he goes, "Oh, I'm so tired." He goes, "What'd you do?" He goes, "Well, I had like 2 workouts. I had lunch. Talk to the coaches.
Make
now
phone
I
calls.
had 3 hours before the game. Now I'm showing up here like an hour before the game. The coaches are so focused. Like I'm sitting there. I show up like at 6 o'clock for the game.
Hey guys,
Hey, what's going
How
on?
are you?
And so it's just a grind. Next thing you know, it's like, oh, you're going to another beautiful city. You're going to Columbus now.
Yeah.
So now he's got the whole day. They have a day off. And now he's got the whole day game day. Like it's just like a lot of like you become a professional time killer at one
Yeah,
point.
you stand around, watch practice.
But
try to get something out of it.
obviously he's busy with phone calls and stuff. But it's still activity wise, it's a little different than a hockey player. That you just grind it out. You go to practice, you work out, you go to your family, you do your things, and as a general manager or any kind of type of management, position, there's a lot of time to kill.
Killing time.
what was the Jeopardy question? Like your nickname, was that really your nickname? Like was it Satan's Wallpaper? Is that what it was?
that
On the
that
show
caught me-
Jeopardy.
I know that caught me out of
Marty.
surprise. Nobody's ever called me that.
It's badass. Just
Yeah,
so you know.
it is. Trust
Like,
me, I wish. I wish.
If I would have known that, I would have called you that.
Well,
Now I'm gonna
somebody
call you
lost
Satan's-
$500,000 or something
Satan's
because they didn't know
Wallpaper?
that was your nickname, and they
Dude,
never was
that's-
your nickname.
Marty,
Yeah.
that's shit kicking.
Yeah, that was funny though. Like by the time that question was on TV, I read probably had 50 texts. I didn't know you were Satan Wallpaper. I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
Satan Wallpaper.
No, we're keeping that. Hey, you ever talk to Avery? Have you ever talked to him since you retired?
No, don't come across like I don't come. He's
Really?
not doesn't do really any hockey related.
traveling
He's
around
on
doing-
Instagram,
Yeah.
dude. He does a lot of
He's
like
hilarious
breakdowns
on
on Instagram. He,
Oh, is he? Yeah.
he
So
kill- he
you never
kills
talked to
the
him after
Rangers.
any of that shit?
No.
Okay.
Well,
No, I get
I
it.
mean, I would talk to him. Like,
Yeah,
I
I was
don't.
gonna
I
say.
don't.
That's
Yeah.
your
He is,
personality.
though.
Like,
You
He's
know,
pretty
he-
funny. Like
Yeah,
he
I'm
just
sure
he put
he-
a I don't know.
I'm sure he is.
I
I'm
think you
I'm
guys
not-
would be would laugh at a lot.
we talked to him about it
Yeah.
actually when he came on.
I'm
I don't
just
remember what he
curious.
said. It was a while ago, but like, yeah, like you don't seem like you would really
I've-
care too much.
I've never
It
seen
is
you
what
mad
it
at
is.
anybody. Like like
Why?
well, because
On the ice, I was.
I
That's
know, but
about it.
I never heard. I feel
Yeah.
like you just never held grudges. Like you're just always good with everybody, even if shit went down. So I was just curious.
Yeah, no. Like I said, like if you would be there, I would say hi. Like,
Yeah, okay.
doesn't matter to me.
Well, you wouldn't miss him if you saw him because he'd be in your face. He'd be
Well,
like,
his face would look like he gets facials every day. He looks pretty good.
yeah, no, he does. He does. What record are you most proud of that you think will never get broken? Like, will anyone ever break your all-time wins record? I guess that's always a possibility. You never
It's
know.
always a possibility, but I think with the game, the way it's played now,
Yeah.
it's harder and harder to play so many games in 1 year. Teams are so much more competitive. They turn around, and sometimes you're going to spend 2-3 years without making the playoffs.
Yeah.
And, that one's going to be hard. The shutout 1-2 is going to be pretty hard. It was funny. I was asked to do kind of a little bit for a Glenn Hall movie that's going on, and it's like one of the records that he holds that's certain that he's going to hold that record forever. He's played 552
Consecutive.
games like in a row.
It's unbelievable.
And
That's
these
how-
guys don't even
how?
play back-to-backs. Like, do you think the goaltenders are babied a little bit in terms of how they're used? Like, could they play more? I mean, you played so much, Marty, back in your time, and I know it's changed a little bit. Or do you really have to, like, you got to have 2 goalies if you want to make it through a season?
You have to manage it. It's a lot different. There's no doubt about it. Like I'm going through it. Like Marky wants to play every game. Like he's just a competitive. He's a big boy.
Back-to-backs he wants to play.
He wants to play every game. If you let him, he'll play every game. And that's what I love about a goalie. But when you're in management, you turn around, you have to listen to your people, the sports science, the medical people, and they're like, well, the workload is important. Now everybody's got a chip on them, and they know exactly their numbers, their workload, where you're supposed to be on days off, on game days. And so, like, their peak performance is at that, so you want to try to keep them as close as their peak performance as possible. But it's a kind of a lost art to just battle through everything. Injuries, guys are hurt now. They're taking time off. Like before we played hurt. If you're not injured, you could play.
Yeah.
That's the way we saw it,
You didn't even have a real chest protector, and you're playing every game.
Andy, it looks like that old Cooper that I used to wear.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just a little bit longer.
Did Ovi score a lot of goals on you?
I'm sure he did, yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't remember nothing that you remember. Like, you don't remember, like, are you a guy that remembers all the goals? Not all the goals that are scored on you, but like
I did when I played. I kind of lost.
The superstar players,
Yeah.
like you would know if they had success on you or not.
Yeah,
right?
he was pretty good against us. I think we played him so much.
Yeah.
much.
That's the thing. Like but at the end of the day, like we were good defensively. We kind of try to play to kind of take him away out of the game. So when you on the power play, we always had one guy right beside him, and we just. You guys try to score. You 4 try to score. We'll try to take him out.
But I feel like
Who was that guy
everybody
that had to eat those shots?
Madden.
Jay Pandolfo.
But it's like, wouldn't everybody try to do that? You know what I mean? Like, hey, we got to take away this guy and let the rest of the 4 guys try to.
But you saw that last night. Like, good goal scorer. Look at Patrick Laine. He just sat in the corner.
Oh my
there.
God! Take a one-timer.
Like not even nobody close to him.
Nobody even
dusted it off.
Nobody between him and the goalie.
Yeah.
And he's like 10 feet away, and he's just winding up and just.
But that's a good players, good goal scorer. Like Brett Hall was the same way. Like he got to those pockets that people can't get there because you're allowing something else. And you say, oh, we'll take him away. It's not that easy to do.
No.
But what are the goals that you remember the most against you?
Mateau's one of them, obviously, because every time I walk in MSG, people yell his name at me.
Yeah.
I remember Eric Stahl off the wing. We were up 1-0 to clinch that series, and they scored on a kind of cross ice, and the guy shot it, missed the shot, went through my leg, hit the post, and went in. And off the face off, they went down the wing, and he just kind of did almost like a Marc Messier, like shot a low blocker and scored. I remember that one. Obviously, one biggest disappointment for me is not closing the series against Colorado. I had 2 games in 2001 to win the Stanley Cup, and both games I didn't play great. Didn't play bad, but not great enough to win the Stanley Cup. And you always remember those kind of event in your career that one more save, I could have had one more Stanley Cup.
Did you get along with Patrick Roy? Like, did you guys like each other? Like, or was it just a fierce competition? And at the time. At that era, it wasn't always about, like, guys weren't always best friends on other teams anyway.
Well, he was my idol.
He was.
And so for me, like, just to meet him, spend some time with him, it was great. Obviously people build the competition because I became a goalie that played at his level, and we're both French-Canadian guys, and everybody thought we had, like, it was a big competition. I was so excited every time I played, brought my game to a higher level. I was fortunate enough to play with him at the Olympics. Spent some time, like 2 weeks, I was sitting right by my idol, talking about hockey, talking about what he thinks. Him picking my brain on something. I was like, I should be picking your brain, but I didn't really care that much. I just want to play hockey. It's like, but we had a great relationship. Every time we see each other, we'll stop and say hi. I don't have his phone number. Well, I do now because I saw him in Florida just before.
Lou has it. You can ask Lou.
But I'll tell you a funny story. So last winter, I'm in Florida. My buddy invites me to this country club for dinner. And I sit there, and Patrick's a member there. And he's sitting with a couple of his buddies and his girlfriend. And he gets up. Hey, Marty, like, long time no see. Hey, what's going on? Like, and a week later, he got the job in Long Island, but never said a word to me. And so just being nice. I get up. Hey, it was nice seeing you. Shake his hand. He goes, oh, let me introduce me to my girlfriend. And he goes, hey, this is Marty Brodeur, the second best goalie in the world. I thought it was the funniest thing.
That's funny. That's fun.
He's witty.
I love hearing that, man.
Yeah,
because you
dude.
guys are two such legendary names in the game, man. But always, we're known as 1, 2 in any order. Everyone has their opinion what order it is, and it's like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, man, when they would go head to head too. Like you just want to see, like as a sports fan, you enjoy watching that.
Yeah, I mean, so many good goalies, like the Eddie Belfours, Curtis Joseph, like
Yes.
Dominic Hasek. Are you kidding me?
You like it? What do you think of Hasek?
I love him.
Could you have played like that? His style.
You kind of did.
I guess you
kinda-
kind of
I
did.
kinda-
I guess you're
kinda-
right. You're right.
You know, my big thing, I had a goalie coach when I was young. He said, like, don't be predictable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, try to find what's good for a goalie, what works for one goalie. See if you could incorporate it in your game. There's things that I grabbed. There's things like, yeah, I can't do this. But like Dominic, like his whole thing was like he was looking at the puck all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He knew exactly where the puck, and the way he got there was different than everybody else. But the one main thing is like his eyes was always on the puck at all times, and that's why I see a lot of goalies like they get shots over their head and they're still staring right there. They're not even thinking about looking back to see if it's gonna hit a partition and come back.
Oh.
They're just gonna go like this and they're gonna slide to their post, and
Yes.
it's just
Like
like
robots.
robotic comparative. You look at Cujo the way he played, like Patrick had played, I played, like everybody had a different style.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of hard to see who's different.
No,
They
it's
all
not
play the
exciting
same
anymore.
way, and they're all 6'6".
They
you
just
know?
they get in the way. They get in the way, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And they don't. But you're like doing crazy. You're inventing different things. You did the scorpion.
Find ways, just find
Like, you're
find ways to
finding-
stop it.
it was very
It doesn't matter
entertaining.
how.
Yeah.
Like you could isolate you and be like, this is an attack. I could watch you all
Yeah.
the time.
I think Binnington has his own
He
style.
does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
he
when I
does.
watch him play, like
You
you.
look, Shesterkin is a little
Yeah,
different
Shesterkin.
too. He's
Totally.
fun to watch.
How good is he?
I think he's great. And we see him a lot.
Best goalie in the
just-
game.
I think so. Like
Worth the
him-
money.
Yo, for sure.
Like if you're running that team, you have no problem
No
like
problem.
No problem.
giving him 92
no
million
problem.
I
The
agree.
big problem is like we have analytic people that don't believe in the position. They think it's volatile, and so that's why teams have a hard time paying their top goalies. But it's not a guy that did it for 1 year. Like Shesterkin's been in the league for 5-6 years now.
Mhm.
Like he's a good goalie. Like he's durable, he's athletic, he's a difference maker.
He's not that big.
He's not that big, he's a
But he's
6'1"
there.
goalie, but he just, like I said, like he gets to the position on time. He's gonna go in and plays the puck like as good as anybody.
Let me ask you this though, and I'm curious your response to it because I had somebody tell me when, he was going through his negotiations, everyone knew he was going to sign and it was going to be a crazy number. And some people were saying you can't pay a goaltender that much because they don't play every game. They're only on the ice, 60-70% of the games or whatever. So like,
Yeah, but they play 60 minutes.
yeah.
It
so
all
like,
evens
so
out, baby.
I'm curious. Like, it was interesting when I was told that. I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense. But at the same time, I guess you don't want to have any player on your roster that prevents you from building players around them, right? You can't give all your money to one guy. But like, even for a goaltender, you think you can pay the best goaltender like you would the best player, right?
Well, you always have to take a breakdown of your position. Like you have your goalies, you have your defenseman, and you get your forward. And it's how much you want to invest in all three.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you decide to pay your goalies $12 million, like it's a small
You got
percentage.
to cut somewhere, right?
You get a cut somewhere. But again, that's how you build your team.
Mhm.
Like, Connor McDavid, he's going to get paid.
Yeah.
But
What
they,
do you
they just
think-
paid like Draisaitl.
Yeah.
But
I
what
know.
do you think you in your prime would be paid right now if you were under?
And don't say you didn't know because didn't you
no,
negotiate
Marty,
your own
no, I know
deals?
he's- what would you think you would be worth these days, right now, in your prime when you're dominating?
It's called priceless. Cam.
There it is.
Well,
You know what?
Great,
Again, like
you know.
for us was a lot different. When we played, I was able to defer money, so my owner didn't have to spend that much money on me. They would have paid me
Like
in
Ohtani.
in the future,
Yeah.
and so I did that.
like Bobby Bonilla.
I did that for the longest time
Albazi.
until the salary cap came, and
No shit.
you can't do that anymore.
Well, the answer is easy. I mean,
You'd be
what would you get paid? If
you-
Shesterkin's getting 92 million, you'd be getting 93 million. So,
Yeah, you're getting 15, baby.
hey, why was there so much like, talk about well, who's going to play goalie for Canada? Like, where did all the goalies in Canada go? Because when you were playing, like you had like real competition. It was always a no-brainer for you, but for other guys, man, who were really good, they got left out.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling a little bit where the talent. Well, I'm not saying they're not talented because it's not true. Like if you, I said that the other day. If you're playing the NHL, you're a hell of a goalie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could be judged by your performance on day in and day out, but if you be able to play in the NHL, you're an excellent goalie. Obviously, the Russians right now it's the best breed that we have in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
Like from the Sorokin, Sosturkin, Bobrovsky, Vasilevsky. Yeah, it's crazy. You go down the line. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
Canada, we have decent amount of goalies, but not the top goalies. You know, and back then was different. You know, I played my first Olympic was like me, Patrick Roy, and Cujo. My second Olympic was Belfour, Cujo, myself. After that, it was Luongo, myself, and Turco. And after that, it was Luongo, Fleury, and myself.
Wow.
Like, I mean, it's just the competition is like, it keeps you accountable.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I think it's kind of a dip in Canadian goalie. And even further than that, now in French goalies, like all four guys, like Fleury, Ra, Luongo, and myself, we own all the records, or we're on the top 5 records. It's all French Canadian goalie. Now we have Montembeault, Fleury's about to retire. There's not many French Canadian goalies out there either. So I don't know. Something has to change in Canada as far as growing their goalies.
Yeah.
A lot of people go to Europe. You know, all the goalie coaches learn like things from Europe to bring back to Canada and all that. So I don't know. I wish I could have the answer because we take a lot of pride in that. And right now we're just on a dip for Canadian goalie, but American goalies. I mean, we're not that far. The border's not
American
that far.
goalies are
American
good,
goalies,
right?
great.
So what's
Yeah, like what's the answer? I just don't know.
But what are the goalie coaches? I remember just watching, and no offense to any of the goalie coaches with the Devils with Marty, but I just remember them hanging out with Marty. Kind of Marty just does his thing. He goes this boom. He goes post to post. Then it was kind of done. But like, what now? Like people praise Davey Alexander with the Blues and stuff like that. He's very like calculated. He has all this stuff. Like, what's the difference between the goalie coaches when you played till now?
Well, obviously they have to cater to 2 goalies more than one. Back then, it's just like my goalie coach took care of me, and after that, whatever you have time left, he would take care of the other guy. But for me was when I played, like I had the goalie coach for the longest time. His name is Jacques Caron.
Yeah. Great.
And at the end, I had Chris Terreri. That was one of my teammates before. But for me, it was just it's more of the mental approach. He believed in me so much. It was never my fault. Supported me in everything. If I needed a day off, he was going to go see the head coach. He goes, well, Marty doesn't want to skate today. Marty wants only 20 minutes today. And they knew because I played a lot. So I had to kind of manage a little bit of my schedule. But again, like he was just involved in my life. Like, like he was always there.
Buddy.
But the goalie coaches now, they're the same. They're trying to build that connection. But the problem that they have, a lot of them, not saying my guys don't have that, but I see around the league, is they have their summer goalie coach and they got their winter hockey coach.
Yeah.
And it's like now, it's like, how do everything...
Does it come together? They
Yeah.
teach you different
Together.
things or what?
Does it take you a
Coexist?
while after training camp starts? All the work you've done in the summer, you're coming to a goalie coach. So that communication, it needs to be important. I think Davey does a great job. I had a chance to hire him when we let go Jim Corsi.
So you brought Davey here.
Yeah.
I remember Jim Montgomery when he went to Boston was like, this guy is like the best goalie. He goes, I'd bring him to
I heard
Boston.
nothing but good things.
Yeah,
With
he's-
all these-
And now he
he's
just got
great.
hired by Hockey Canada,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
What makes a good goaltending coach? Is it more psychological?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. And I think goalie coaches now have bigger responsibility because they gotta scout the other goalies and they gotta make presentation to the players. I know my goalie coach, like Jesper Bratt, spent so much time with them to try to dissect the other goalies. He goes, all right, if I come down the wing, where do I go? Where is he vulnerable? Like they on a shootout, like what's his last? And
He wants to know their
he puts everything
tendencies.
together, puts tapes together, and you should see like I talked to him. He goes, "Oh, I got a lot of work to do." I'm like, "What are you doing? We don't play for 2 days." He goes, "Yeah, but we have 3 games and 4 nights. I got to get all prepared for all the players."
Wow.
And
So he's dealing with not just the
Yes.
goalies.
No, that's
wow.
that's what the
Where to shoot,
the
what to do.
position is the not position, but that coaching is a lot different than back then.
They're a coach, not
yeah.
just a goalie
Yeah.
coach.
No, they
really.
are, and they're important. And obviously the power play, they're going to look at power plays, and he's going to dissect the goalie how he plays the power play.
Yeah.
He's a guy that's going to challenge. Should we shoot wide? Whatever that is. So they do a lot more than people see, and if you get the trust of some of your skilled players, you become a huge asset.
Did you see the clip the other day? Sheldon Keefe, who's now your coach in Jersey, but when he was in Toronto, like kind of fighting with the goalie coach, they're wearing masks. It must have been during the COVID season.
I turn it off when I see that.
And
usually.
Sheldon was just like, he's got to fucking stop that. And the goalie coach is like, well, it went off of Muzz's pants. What do you want him to do there? And like, did you see that clip?
I didn't see that clip, but I hear it every day.
Yeah. I mean,
goalie coach are really sensitive.
mhm.
Like my goalie coach, I would say, like, what's going on here? And he always says, well, this is not an excuse, but
Yeah.
but they
But it
care.
is.
They care about their goalies,
Mhm.
and that's what makes a good goalie coach. It's the relationship you build with your goalie.
Can I ask you this? When you were working with the Blues, if I asked you back in like 2018 if I could see your reports of Jordan Binnington, what would you have written in there? Like, did you know that he had this type of potential?
How can I say that? Yes, because I liked his attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to send him down once because Doug was not there, and he told me no. And I'm like, what do you mean? We were sending you down. No. And I was like, and yeah, I kind of laughed. I started laughing. I goes, well, all right, Doug will call you then because he told me to tell you you're going down. And he was like, really said, yeah, no, I'm not going anywhere. And, he's kind of like, he's a kid that's really confident in himself. Obviously, he's a great athlete. And he's a great guy. Played golf with him this summer. We had a blast.
Yeah.
But it's funny how he works. He got a break, and he was ready for his break.
Mhm.
And that's what happens when all young kids that goes out there. It's like, don't cheat yourself because you never know when you're going to get an opportunity. But that opportunity, you're going to get judged on that moment. And if you're not ready for it, it's going to be a problem because that opportunity might not come back for another month or maybe another year or two. I was the same thing. Like when I came in the NHL, I came into training camp and we traded for Peter Sidorowicz. He came in, he had shoulder surgery. He couldn't start the season for 2 months. So now I had 2 months to show them I was able to play in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was ready to play, I took his job.
Yeah.
And I never looked back. And like Benner was the same way. Like he was in the minors. Uso was hurt in San Antonio. And so they called him.
Yeah.
Who knows if Uso's healthy?
Yeah. We
What's
may
the
never
future?
have seen Jordan
Exactly.
Binnington that season.
So
And
he said, "I'm not going down."
So what did you?
Just sat
That's
there,
fucking
So would you
badass.
call Army and be
I
like?
said, listen, like he doesn't,
he
doesn't
said
want to
no.
go down.
He's fucking play the guy.
Because he hadn't played a game yet
No,
at that point.
no.
So you guys brought him up,
brought up from injury or
and-
whatever.
but
and
he didn't get it. He
so-
may have come in
so-
relief one game. I
So
think.
the thing is, he was playing for Providence,
Mhm.
and the team was in Rochester, and so I told him he had to go meet the team, and he didn't want to go meet the team. He wanted to go back to Providence.
Okay.
That's why I said no, I'm not going there. Because I go, dude, you got to go see your team.
I'm sorry. It's
He goes,
fucking
"No."
hilarious.
That is hilarious.
Well, it wouldn't be funny if it didn't work out
Yeah.
the way it did.
How did it go about for you to come to St. Louis? Like, were you really interested in continuing to play? How did Army reach out? And were you all in right away? And did anybody else try to sign you before that? Were you close to ever playing for another team?
Yes and no. I knew I was not going back to Jersey.
Mhm.
All right, I didn't want to go back. Not because I don't like it. It's just the situation there was not. I didn't want to be part of it, but I still wanted to play. I felt like I just wanted to play, and it was always intriguing to me to play a different organization. Like I played for 22, 23 seasons in the same environment all the time. Same general manager, coaches came and go, but it was still the same thing all the time. But I know I was 42 years old. I was like, the odds I'm going to get another job are pretty slim. And so I had a good conversation with a team in the summer, and I won't name names because it's just not the right way to do it. But
It's the Toronto Maple Leafs people.
Yeah.
All you
No, it wasn't. So, so
No,
you
it
can
was
take
a
that one team.
It was a Coyote, so he could play golf.
And so they were really interested. And my question to them is like, did you talk to your top goalie? And he goes, why? I go, talk to your top dog. if he wants me to be there, because I don't want to. This is career. I'm there for just a little bit of time. And the guy called me back. He goes, "Thank you, Marty." And that was it.
He doesn't want.
He didn't want me to be there.
So
Really?
Not in a bad way. It's just I understand. It's understandable. Like
it's
you get
a
a guy.
big personality
Yeah.
coming in.
They're not. No, but you do your thing.
So
though. If
anyway,
they knew you.
yeah, it didn't.
Come
But
on.
it was some for me. It was out of respect.
Okay.
And after that, Anaheim so the season started. Got a call from Bob Murray in Anaheim, and we had a lot of discussions. And while these discussions were going on, Brian Elliott got hurt. And I was in Jersey. I was skating. Gomer didn't have a contract back in the day, so me and him, like, Lou let us skate. Like,
Were you
win
guys
the
doing
team.
the skates?
Oh, yeah. So me and Gomer,
Tough skates right there.
That's what it was.
Okay, yeah.
It was like breakaways. That's about it.
Mhm.
And so like Doug called me. He was with Al on the phone, and he said, like, through my agent at first, and after that I got a conversation with them. He goes, "Hey, we needed a goalie for a little bit. Like, you think you're still in good shape enough to come in?" I go, "Well, first of all, I'm not sure if I want to do this. Let me talk to Jen, to my family, see like where we're at." And so we spend the whole day, and I talked to her. I said, like, I think it would be really cool for us to go there, And at the same time, I think Anaheim signed Brizgalov. And so now I'm like, shit, Anaheim's gone. So now my only really possibility, and now we're in November. I'm like, this is, then my last game was in April. Now it's November. I'm 42 years old. I skated. And so I was like, all right, with Gomer. So I'm like, all right, let's do this. So I called him up. He goes, all right, let's do that. Let's come in for a couple of days. We'll take a look at you. If we feel comfortable, we'll sign you to a deal. I'm like, all right. So came in, just walk in. I think my first day was a game day. And so I skated after everybody with the extra players. Took Benner. Benner was there. So I took Benner to lunch.
Really?
Yeah. And so I was staying in Clayton. So I took him to lunch to Napoli. Went to the game. Following day was a day off. So now me and Jim Corsi went to the Mills by ourselves. Like, me and him on the ice. Like, Doug's not even there because I'm not for 2 days. I'm
He's
like,
like,
what
all right,
am I
let me
doing
see
here?
you.
The Mills is lovely.
Let me see you move up and down.
And so the next day we had a full practice, did the practice, and decided to sign me. So right away we traveled to Chicago. I backed up Jake in Chicago, and it was a back-to-back game. I played in Nashville my first game. And from Nashville went to Long Island. Everything happened really quick. So now I got Jen to come in for a little bit. And 2 months later, Brian was ready to go. And I was like sitting on the red line, heavy practice. And I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, this enough's enough. So I went to Doug. I said, I'm done. Like, it's over. Like, hey, I appreciate it. It was fun.
Yeah.
It's over.
The West was so much fun to play in. Like, the travel, staying, like, remember, we always flew back after every game. Now staying back in cities after games. Oh,
hanging out with all the guys.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I
You
had a
probably
blast.
made it. It's probably easier for Army because like he probably has so much respect for you as a player. Like he didn't want to say, hey, like okay, we're gonna like move on with these two other goalies.
It's still
whatever.
salary cap. Like,
Yeah.
he has to make
So
decisions.
like,
I think his worst part is like, well, I need to suspend you. Because I decided not to show up, so he had to suspend me to avoid my contract.
If you want me to get suspended,
Oh,
I can do
really?
something.
So you guys suspended.
So I got suspended, and he goes, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm like, suspend me.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Like,
So
I'm
it was,
retired anyway.
it was agreed upon suspended. So did Binnington, you have to tell him then to go down too? Like you're taking him to lunch, or you're like, hey, listen, you got to go down. He's like, no, I'm not going.
But in practice, were you like, fuck, I'm the fucking goat, baby, let's go? Were you, and then all of a sudden they're like, kind of like, oh, these guys are shooting. Maybe my shoulder hurts a little bit. Like, when did you know?
No,
You're
you
like,
got a shutout here in
You
St.
did.
Louis.
Did
you
you
know
feel
what?
good?
Yeah, I felt great. I could have played the whole year
Yeah.
easily. It's just a matter of like not playing,
Yeah.
being a third goalie. Like I was just like,
Because
this-
Elliott came
Yeah,
back.
he came back. Yeah. And so that same season, that's a story about me, the e-bug. Like
E-bug.
2 months later, like I'm sitting in the GM's suite because I became an advisor to Doug, and one of the goalies got hurt, and Jake I think Brian got hurt again, like it's just a small injuries, but he left the game. And Jay just came back, and I was like, get the phone call, because Marty, is your equipment here? I'm like, yeah. He goes, can you put it on, but just stay in the locker room? So they got that picture of me. Like, I was sweating. Like, I couldn't barely tie my ski after 2 months of retirement. Like,
Yeah,
You hadn't
there's
been
not
on the
much.
ice
Oh,
since that last practice.
No.
Hell no.
Hell
He's
no.
skating forward. Toe dragging, guys.
Oh my God, that's so
fucking funny, man. I'm
I
sorry.
know.
No, I
That's
had a
great.
blast in my short stint. You know, it was so different for me playing in the West and the East, different teams. It was fun.
Gone for a while.
Yeah, no, you had like I mean you won like 3 of your 5 or 7 starts or whatever you had here. I mean, and you had a shutout like at 42 years old when you weren't even like
crazy.
training. You know what I
So
mean? You're
No,
skating
he was training with Scotty Gomez.
Gomez, who's just taking breakaways
Doing
on you the whole
mountains.
time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Fucking hanging out,
Jeez,
going
oh,
to
man.
sushi afterwards.
Yeah.
So now what's the so you're gonna go back to Jersey for the holidays and
Yeah, we're pretty excited actually. We're leaving on Saturday. Max has a game. We'll fly to Jersey, and all my kids will be there. This is a long time. They've been all together, so and they all have girlfriends now and boyfriend, and so it'll be fun to see.
Bring it,
everybody.
man.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
You'll evaluate everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
exactly.
done already.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
well, I'm glad you're back with Jersey too, man. That's where
Yeah.
you should be and all that.
Yeah,
too.
it's a right fit for me. I think it's been great just being back there.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time. Like I'm there 3-4 days a week. You know,
Who do you
there's a lot
see
of travel.
there? What you see, Whitey and all them boys?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Whitey,
yeah.
Marshy, like
All right.
all these guys
I
are
know.
there. Like Big Billy, you remember back?
I'm
when
going to go to
Big
your
Billy?
golf tournament next year. Just so
Okay,
invite
perfect.
me. I'm going.
All
Just so
right,
you know.
perfect. You're
Okay,
invited.
Enough's
Okay,
enough,
so-
sir.
Well,
might
I
go.
invited you.
I know. No, I know. I'm going this
I
time.
might caddy actually.
No,
for
no,
Cam.
I'm invited. And he's always has a step in to everything. God damn it. Marty, hey,
I'll
man,
be
we-
there too, Marty.
We
We're
appreciate
looking
you
forward
coming
to
in,
it.
dude. Seriously.
No problem. It was great.
Yeah,
Love you,
Nice
man.
catching
Happy
up, guys.
holidays
you
to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're the
Right
best,
on.
man. The goat.
The go, baby.
The Camistrick Podcast is brought to you by Bellman. BEHLMANN. Bellman Automotive. Located where?
Troy.
Troy, Missouri. Buick GMC on one side of the street. Right on the other side, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Get yourself some new wheels in time for the winter. That was Marty Brodeur. Cam,
I wasn't even drinking on a plane.
are you okay?
No, like I'm just tired.
You are so tired.
We had a weird fucking schedule, man.
Okay, well, you got to fight through it here
I
for the
got it.
close
I'm
for the
good.
people.
I got it, baby.
Well, talk to them.
Dude, we've been going for 2 fucking hours. 2 hours.
Talk to them.
What's up, baby? Let's go.
We had a lot to get into.
We had snow. We had all kinds of
Yes.
stuff going on.
How many
a lot of
scarves
delays.
did you pack on the trip?
Yeah, man, my clothes. I've been wearing this.
Cam's entire suitcases.
It's gross.
Yeah,
I smell bad. I
gross,
know.
dude.
Everybody does. Everybody on that whole trip was like, yeah, we're ready to get home.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't even that long. It just was like prolonged.
No, it was
you know?
prolonged.
Yeah.
Like because you think it's going to be short. It was really 2 one-game trips separated,
Yeah.
and it turned into the longest 2-game trip ever.
Yeah, and then we had another day because we got
Yeah,
canceled and stuff
no,
like
I
that. So
know.
we're just like,
do you like
let's-
having the full days off, or would you rather have
love
game day?
No, game days are the longest for me. The game days are the longest for me. Meaning, like, you get up, you go to either you have a pregame skate or you don't. But if you
Mm-hmm.
don't have a pregame skate, like, you have a game that night, so you can't go.
But don't you like?
Wait. You can't go to the bar. You can't do anything.
Right.
You're just at the hotel. Like, okay, let me go walk around. I'll go walk around.
That's not hard for most people.
Yeah, I know. Like
Yeah.
construction workers, no
Cam's like,
shit.
Cam's like, you can't go to the
You're
bar.
asking, but you're asking me, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, no, I know.
Okay.
But like game days, I'm like, you're sitting there like, okay,
Mhm.
let's go. What are we doing? How much notes can I take down? And do I go walk around Minnesota with 4-degree weather?
Yeah.
No.
But don't
so
you
what do you
feel
do?
like
Go to the gym? How
when
long
you
do you
have
sit
an
there?
off day? That's when the trips become
That's
long.
I
though.
don't. Again, but the off days are fun.
Yeah.
This is the game days. I just rather have back-to-back game days. Let's go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But if
you're
you do-
answering my question.
But if you're on a long road trip, to have an off day is nice.
If it's in a nice city,
Yeah, you can go hang out.
yeah.
Everybody comes together.
Like an off day in Edmonton, like nothing against Edmonton, we love Edmonton, but like like to your point, it's cold.
or 2 days off. That's what we had
Yeah,
here.
It's cold, dude.
2 days.
I know.
Not 1 day,
Yeah.
2 days. One
Mhm.
day's fine, but you have
Mhm.
2 days off. You're like, God damn, let's go.
Yeah.
So
Your thoughts on Marty Brodeur?
love him. to
Great
death.
conversation. Dude.
Yeah.
We got into a bunch of different things. His stories about Patrick Waugh, and everyone always thought there was like this rivalry between the two, and there probably was. But he talks about Patty Waugh being his idol and stuff like that, and then running into him at a golf
Yeah, like
resort.
randomly.
I know.
That's funny. We talk about dinner with him. We talk about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. He gave his opinion on a lot of different things.
Yep.
Cam doesn't remember the interview because it was like
Do
3
you?
weeks ago. I'm remembering it as we go here.
I know. It was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
We've been on for a long time. We
Yeah.
got a lot more coming, guys.
I know.
Trust
I know.
me, every week.
Listen, firstforum.com/Cam&Strick. Use our link and get in there today and continue to support our sponsors, new and old. We've got great sponsors, obviously, that help push us through here on the Cam&Strick podcast, and we hope people continue to support our sponsors.
You're damn right. Hell yeah. We got a lot of guys coming up, man.
Give me your top 5 items from First Form for somebody looking to get into it here in 2025.
We got the energy drinks.
Uh-huh.
I got my vitamins.
Okay, the multi-factor.
So, like, when I take on the road, I'll take the multi-factor vitamins, and then
Mhm.
I'll take the little package you put in the drink to rehydrate yourself.
yeah, the hydration sticks.
hydration sticks. And then I got the beef sticks right yonder.
Okay.
Right yonder here.
Mhm.
You got the energy drinks right
Okay,
there.
that's 4 things.
And then here's my clothes I wear from.
Oh, then the clothes.
know.
Oh, the
This-
clothes
hey,
are
this thing
unbelievable.
smells like dog fuck.
Even this black shirt right here is First Form.
yeah.
Yeah.
This thing smells so bad right
Yeah.
now. I wore it twice.
Okay. Well, you need to.
I didn't bring that
you
much
need
stuff.
To go do some laundry.
I know. I do.
You knew that you weren't coming home between trips.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, you did.
At the very end, we did.
You
Eh,
knew the day
no,
before.
I know, but there's.
Yeah, let's not make
No.
an excuse.
And I'm just
you
saying.
knew.
It just.
I've been on the road for a full week, Cam. I came back for 1 day, so I've been gone too. I got snowed in Canada. Although I love all the Canadians, man. I think I was born to be in Canada. I think I should have been Canadian.
Why don't you move there?
Thinking about it.
Like Bryan Cranston after Trump got elected.
Wait, did he say he was going to move there?
Yeah, but they don't. You know.
IRC Illinois Recovery Center, man. If you need help, get a hold of us. We'll get you in touch with Chrissy or Eric, and they will take unbelievable care of you because they care about you.
Damn right they do. Right there in Swansea, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Eric and Chrissy Pondoff, we saw.
Eric Conley.
Chrissy always texts us to come down and meet everybody. I'm sorry. I'm upstairs. Like,
Are you
there's
guys-
no way
So it's
I
like,
can
are
get.
you at the game today?
There's no fucking way I can make it down there.
like,
And then come back up and make the
yeah,
you know.
yeah. I know.
There's just no way.
But I did. Once.
You're there. You're right down. You're right
I'm
down
at the
there.
bottom.
I'm not.
Yeah.
So every time I text
I don't
her, I'm
even
like,
go up there where you are. I don't even make it up there hardly ever.
I know. There's no easy way to get down.
No.
You know, to
Well,
meet
there
those
is.
Guys.
It's an elevator.
Oh,
but
yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
The elevator that
yeah.
has the 50 people on it.
Yeah, you go to the other elevator a little further down, and it'll take you right down and right back up, Cam. It's
Yeah.
an elevator. It
Mm.
just it's an elevator.
The
You hit a
one-
button, you'll go down,
The
and you'll
one that's
come back
way
up.
over there.
Yeah,
Like there's,
yeah, it's not that.
like
hard.
I'm like rolling.
You
the
just got to
dice.
make a little bit of an effort.
There's no way.
You know you could do it.
There's just no
It's,
way.
it's amazing. It takes you down, and then
If you want
takes
to
you
come
right back up.
beforehand, I could do it
Yeah.
afterwards, maybe.
Blue Note Roofing, Cam. Talk about David Novak.
Well, he's the best of the best right there. David Novak. Love the Blues. He's everywhere. And of course, if you need a new roof and you know you have hail damage from whenever, like we've had hail in the past couple of years. So take advantage of that and they'll hook you up a new roof.
Yeah, thanks, Cam. 314-920-5713.
They
Thank
will.
you. Thank you for that. Hat Launch and hatlaunch.com, Cam. Talk about Hat Launch.
The best of the business. Are we going to do something with them, by the way? We have a
Yeah.
cool commercial
I
out
just
with them.
said that, and you didn't respond to it when I said
Yeah, I
it.
did on my.
No, on there, but when I talked about it during the intro, you didn't.
Yeah,
like,
but what is it?
we may be doing another video.
Yeah, and I said, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, I know. But there's with another company.
What do you mean, break that down? The fuck, man. Don't take advantage of me because I'm slow
no,
right now.
you're slow.
No,
Cam
you're
is
fucking
so
taking
slow.
advantage of me.
Can we get somebody? Are you going to be
Jesus
okay
Christ.
driving home? Are you going to like make it home? It's a
Kate's
long
picking me up.
drive.
Kate's picking me up.
She is.
Yeah.
Hat Launch and hatlaunch.com.
The best in the business, baby. Let's
America's
go.
#1 source for customized hats.
Let's go.
So who would you suggest? should
What's
go out and
up,
get one of
baby?
these
Hat
hats?
launch. Let's go. They got it all. They
Yeah.
got it all. Let's go.
They got it all. Let's go. Hat Launch and hatlaunch.com. So give them a call today. Cam Sparks Hockey.com.
Oh, God. Did you have that in Toronto?
Yes.
Yeah, have to.
You have to.
Step on screws and shit, you know?
Well, you just might need your skates sharpened between games.
Yeah.
You know? And it's so easy. You can do the entire team in like 45 minutes. Use our promo code Cam and Strick, and you're going to save more money than Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Damn right.
That's a good deal, right?
You might have to change that up a little bit.
No, I'm just telling you.
past
No,
the holidays,
I don't
dude.
care.
I'm past the
I'm
holidays.
just telling you exactly what it is. Okay.
I'm past the holidays. You know.
Bolt Sports, you can still go get those the dangles, the snipes, and the e-cones, man. Bolt Sports, use our promo code Cam and Strick. amazing training tools. Up in Toronto is where it's out of. I've been doing it in my basement, just dangling around, because you just never know, Cam.
Mhm.
It's never too late,
No shit. Come out with the boys and
I act like I get it for Ty, but it's really
it's for you.
It's
and,
for me.
and well, why don't you do it together?
Yeah.
And like
We
go
do.
competition with them.
we compete with one
Yeah.
another. Yeah, I'm trying to compete with you on one of them too.
Then let's go.
Yeah, okay, we'll do it. Cam at Bellman, you get no.
Swinging dicks. None of that bullshit. None.
Mm.
And if you know what, you went through the storm, like you want a nice truck, man. Like it is what it is.
That's true.
Fuck.
Like a 1250 or 2500.
1250?
1500, 2500.
1250? What are you buying, chicken wings or something?
1500, 2500.
Yeah. Just four by four.
Yeah, no
So,
doubt. Yeah.
That has to be a big dog.
No. But you
You
can
know?
get one. Buick GMC on one side of the street, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Cam's looking at one of those Dodge Rams.
Oh yeah. Those are nice. The
Get a
new ones
Jeep,
really
too. The
nice.
Jeeps do great. I see
Yep.
these Jeeps flying around in the snow, doing great
Yep.
too.
Big time.
So the Buicks and the GMCs do great. Dude, the GMCs are unbelievable. Get one of those big ass trucks from GMC. Those Denali's.
I love them.
They're
Those are
sick,
my next.
dude.
That's my probably my
So
next.
say hi
one.
to Danny boy.
Danny, what up?
And
Kenny.
Kenny.
Dale.
Dale.
What up, baby? Troy, Missouri. Let's go.
All right, so listen, officially, so next week when we come back, we'll be ready to rock.
Yeah,
and
let's
roll.
go.
We're gonna be re-energized.
This has been a
Cam's gonna
goofy-
get some sleep.
Oh fuck.
I'm gonna get some sleep
Yeah.
because I really need it, honestly.
Well, I was good the first like 50 minutes.
And then
I
what
slowed
happened?
down.
And then you slowed down
I'm
dramatically.
done. I want to go home.
You are donezo.
I'm done.
Okay.
You
I
know?
just got back yesterday. I was stranded too, so I know.
Yeah, but you wait, time
No,
out.
no,
It's
no,
like Cam's
I'm-
Cam's wait. No, Andy prolongs this shit because he just got back from home. The kids are all there. I want to go home to see my puppies.
Mhm.
He wants to stay away from home. So right now I'm like, he's just prolonging it, and
Yeah.
he's like, "You're lazy." No.
Okay.
Like,
Well, say Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year. Love you
No,
guys.
say hi.
I love you.
Say
See,
hi.
this is what I'm talking about. Like, what are we doing?
All right, Maddie.
Like, fuck,
Hey,
let's go.
Follow us on everything. Subscribe to us.
Love
Hope
all
you enjoy
y'all.
this episode with Marty Brodeur. We'll do it again next week. Happy holidays, everybody.